become Triple X, huh?
What kind of hair you have in Triple X?
Like, yeah, like some wavy, like black wavy stuff, like some senator stuff. Like he was like a.
He don't have that. Or what? That hair he had in RoboCop.
Oh, that was even terrible.
Was terrible.
You know they making a You remember he was in the. You ever seen Unbreakable, right?
Yeah. They're making.
They making the second one's called Glass. Yeah.
Yeah. It technically is. It's the third one because Split is the second one.
Ah, right. It's all part of the same universe, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they try to say all his movies are all part of the same fucking universe?
No.
I said, I hope they didn't try to throw that in there.
He said when he made Unbreakable, he wanted to do a trilogy.
Oh, okay.
But the studio wouldn't let him. I was like, no, you just getting money for this movie and that's it.
But it's all part of the same universe, though.
Then when they let him make Split, he was like, okay, I'm gonna use this opportunity to set up the next movie.
Mm-hmm. We live, y'all.
We live, baby.
We live. We is live. Put up this news as well. See if I can watch it. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Alex Thomas here with another episode of Nerd Talk. Here with my boy John. Here with my boy Marquise. He's back. Obviously for this special episode because we're about to be spoiling the hell out of Avengers. We obviously saw it. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times already. John's seen it twice. Marquise seen it twice. I just been watching it nonstop just so I can get my thoughts in head and see what we just saw because, oh my goodness, it's freaking crazy. But first we're going to get into some news first before we get into spoilers because we're going to go deep into it with Avengers. So I want to pull up some news that recently came out. Obviously, the new Venom trailer was released. What do you guys think of Venom?
I like it. I think that this movie will be a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
I don't think a whole lot of people are gonna go see it, just out of like confusion.
I mean,
is this part of the MCU? Is it
right. I think showing it.
The studio don't even know if it's part of the MCU.
I think showing it in front of Avengers, really got a lot of people's eye. For one, I mean, the trailer alone was getting hits. Like it was getting a lot of views. People were surprised it was getting views. It was like it didn't break no records or nothing, but surprising for what it was. Like
you know why though? It was because they teased that last Friday.
Right. Talking about that we are Venom, right? Yeah. And the fact that he said we are Venom is pretty good because Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3 never said we are Venom, or he never even said his name was Venom anyway. But they never hinted that at all. And I don't know. What do you guys think of the costume? Like, is it too? To me, at first I saw it, I said it looked too slimy. But I thought about the cartoon. I'm like, oh, the cartoon was kind of shiny.
Yeah,
it was shiny as well. So
I think they're gonna touch it up.
Yeah. The special effects aren't really good.
They always do that. With
the trailer is always like that.
Yeah, with every movie, and even with Infinity War, they touched up some stuff.
I would say I like the way the mouth design is. I like the way the whole face, and again, they got the signature tongue. That's the one thing I want to see. I do want more of a gruesome Venom because even in the comics, he's a bit more hardcore than Spider-Man because he's an anti-hero. He's not a hero. He's not even a villain. He's just a person who does his own thing. But even with the trailer, how you gotta defeat bad guys, and with the corny lines like, "No, we'll do whatever we want." That's an anti-hero. But Eddie Brock's not there yet. He's still like a reporter trying to be humanitarian. That's what I see from the trailer basically.
Yeah, I like that everything we see in the trailer is kind of like 5 minutes. It's like I feel like it's all one scene because he's wearing the same outfit about the whole thing. So basically, like the whole chase scene is happening at all we see in the trailer. Yeah. So we're not really seeing everything. I kind of like that as well. But it's obviously just because that first was just a teaser. This is the official one. So we obviously can get another one. I just hope they don't just shove us with trailers like Sony does. Like
Amazing Spider-Man.
I think about Amazing Spider-Man 2 every time. They just showed trailer after trailer. One trailer like 4 minutes long. We didn't need to see everything. So hopefully with this, the marketing team finally figured out we don't need to show everything.
BVS had like 5 trailers.
Yep. I mean, even though the Comic-Con trailer for BVS though, probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah,
definitely one of the best trailers I've seen in my life. But it showed everything though. It showed basically everything. Next, I want to talk about the Deadpool trailer, the final trailer. What do you guys think of it?
I absolutely fucking love
We saw when we see Avengers.
We saw it,
so
but
I didn't see it. I didn't want to see it,
Yeah.
but obviously it's gonna show in Avengers.
I love the Red Band trailer because when it's like
Yeah,
when it lets him say when it lets him say all the cuss words and everything, like it's just it makes me smile and I'm like this is Deadpool. Even when the last scene, it's basically a callback to X-Men Origins when basically Ryan Reynolds is reflecting on them. I went back to watch that scene. That scene makes no fucking sense. His blades, he's not even moving. He can't. There's no way your wrist can move that fast.
Exactly.
His blades are vibrating the whole time.
Yeah.
Like they're like it's stupid. So I'm saying when I saw Deadpool 2, I'm like, that's how it would actually been if he was in that scene. Yeah. He would have been just got shot up all over. Yeah. But again, Deadpool heals. And it was hilarious seeing all the bullets go behind him and just getting shot and he's just doing that. And he's like, woo, your bullets there. They're really fast. That's true. You can't deflect bullets with swords unless you have reflexes.
The one thing everybody was talking about was the Pete part. Like, who is Pete?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's just there.
Some random guy.
I'm like, is he supposed to be like us there? Because obviously we had no parts. So
I think so. Yeah, I think
he's
he's
a
supposed to
regular
be
guy
us,
there,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
And I love that he's just there and he's just skydiving.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. I love that LL Cool J thing. I love it.
That's my favorite part of the trailer.
Man. That's the second time they did in the last year. They just work so well. Yeah. I swear.
Is that the what song they use?
That's Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
That song is just so really good. Like I'm like, bruh. Because even like with the explosion, it's like an explosion. I'm like, they know how to do this trailer. Yeah. I just don't want to see no more after this.
Yeah, I think this is it.
This is it.
It's the final trailer. It comes out in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And so it's not that far. Avengers obviously just passed. So
that's the next one.
So the next one is Deadpool 2. So next I want to talk about is Stranger Things Season 3. It's teased us with a small teaser video showing all the cast,
they was
showing
doing
some new
the
cast
table
members.
read.
And basically everyone's just getting ready to prep up for Season 3, man. Are you guys excited, man? Yeah.
It's a lot of people in Season 3.
Yep.
Did you see how many names were on the table?
I seen some names I've noticed. I'm like, oh, they're in there.
I'm most excited.
I didn't see that. Yeah. I didn't see the names.
You did?
Because when we were looking up the news before this, I saw Season 3 has been teased. Right. I didn't look anymore because I wanted to know from you guys what you guys thought, and I said, well, we'll talk about it now. Right. We're doing now, but I can't wait for it. I love Stranger Things Season 1. I binge watched it like for a whole day, literally daybreak today, and then I was like, I want Season 2, and then Season 2 got announced, and I said, oh, well, I'm not gonna wait any longer. Watch Season 2, binge that, and then I was just like, I want another season. I'm ready because it's a good concept. It's a good 80s. We grew up with that.
Right.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I started late. Obviously, I started watching.
You started way late.
I started when Season 2 was about to come out.
Yeah.
I did too.
So John was telling me you would love it. You would love it. And I kept holding it back because the hype was real at that point in time. It was coming out. I said I don't want to be watching because of the hype. I want to watch it when I got the chance to watch it. And I knew I wouldn't have the time to watch it either because I work so much. So if I want to binge it, I got to binge it when I want to binge it. So when I did. And you were right. It was fucking fantastic. And like I said, it really what goes in now is the characters are amazing. The characters are great. The kids are great. The actors were fantastic. So Season 2 came out and it just felt a little different a little bit to me. But I do love this Season 2. But I love Season 1 so much. Yeah. Because it was more of a mystery.
Season 1 definitely has the edge on Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not to say that Season 2 is bad.
Right,
it's just that with Season 1, you didn't know what was going on.
Exactly.
I was like,
you got all the stuff from Season 1 that goes into Season 2. Yeah. So it's like it's kind of like playing a first game and you go into second game. It's like, oh, they're obviously gonna make some improvements. Right. But it's like, the first thing is like kind of like with Avengers 2. Like, they just jump you straight to it because you don't got to set up anything anymore.
Yeah. Right.
I was gonna say I think how Season 1 felt to me. It was a great start to a series.
Right.
Like, we didn't know what this world was. We knew that people were exploring it, and there was someone who could, go in and out and all that. We were like all convinced like it's a mystery or like a mystery. And then the Season 2 was just basically like the cultivation of what that was. Like it was a continuation, and it kind of like just branched off that because again, Will still could see into that world. He was basically,
He was kind of like he was like kind of stuck in between. He was like in the between state. He can go to the what's the upside down thing to the regular world.
He was being used as a conduit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was again, still a great series. Can't wait.
It's funny. That's basically like the Exorcist, and they had some aliens. Like it's funny. I was saying like this is basically aliens. I'm like this is basically aliens.
There's a lot of references to aliens and Exorcist.
Yeah, Exorcist definitely, and I like that though. So yeah. Next I wanted to talk about is obviously, did we talk about the Jurassic World trailer last time? The new one that we saw in Avengers. I didn't see that one. I
don't think so. Let's talk about that.
But you said when we said Avengers, you said it's your favorite trailer.
This is my favorite. It's by far the best trailer.
I definitely can agree with you on that.
You and I going into it weren't too excited about seeing.
I didn't like the other trailers. The other trailers didn't really grip me. You know, like. They kind of focused on that one kid with the glass too much. He was too much screaming and stuff. Like, I didn't really like that. In the first trailer, focused too much on the volcanoes. Like, I mean, I understand the concept.
Yeah, the first trailer made it seem like the whole movie was gonna be on the island.
Yeah, and it's not about that.
And it's not. It's like only half the movie is probably gonna be on the island.
But even when that trailer came out, the producer said that that's only the first half. Like we only seeing obviously that's the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
So there's other parts obviously in this trailer that we see that's not on the island. But the one thing they didn't tell us in the other trailer is that this is not a rescue mission. They're taking these dinosaurs to make other dinosaurs. So that's the thing. But I wanted to ask you guys, me and Marquise talked about this. When does that start getting stale? Because we obviously been doing that for all these movies.
I would say like
especially Jurassic World 1. They obviously just was making new dinosaurs.
Yep.
Like when does that stop getting old?
I would say like it's like what we said earlier. It's like they'll make probably this one and then one more. And after that, it'll be like people the Purdue who Universal does this.
Yeah,
they'll probably look at it and be like, because they can't milk it like Fast and Furious.
We'll see how this one does. If it makes $1 billion, it's definitely gonna make another.
I mean, it probably won't.
Jurassic World was
billion.
not expected.
I'll say it won't make $1 billion. I say it make close to it because again, there are still people who like this franchise and like this series because they grew up with Jurassic Park.
Right.
And I think if they say, we keep going with it, they might go back to Jurassic Park. I would say just redo Jurassic Park all the way.
I wouldn't think they would do it.
I'm not redo it, but like
just leave the franchise alone.
Like,
you can't recreate what Steven Spielberg brought.
I feel like if they were gonna reboot it, they would have done that already.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, this is kind of
a soft reboot. That's what I was just getting ready to say.
This is the soft reboot, even though that stuff still exists.
Yeah, it's part of that kind
of new direction. This is a new direction.
I just think there's only one more movie and that's it.
Yeah, kind of like Star Trek.
Right.
Star Trek is
the remake. Well, not the remake.
Yeah,
this is a different time.
J.J. Abrams.
It's still
you have the old Spock comes back.
Yeah, it's still connected to the old movies. Like they're both in the same continuity.
Okay.
But it's
still different timeline.
Yeah, so it's treated as a soft reboot.
Right. Everything that's happening doesn't happen because something happened. So the old Spock goes back to tell the young Spock like, oh, this is happening. Blah 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 blah. You know. I need to go back and watch those actually. I have all three of those.
That's really good.
I didn't watch Beyond and I have it on Blu-ray.
Really?
Beyond is good.
Beyond is the most Star Trek movie out of all.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Into Darkness was really good.
Into Darkness was definitely it really tried to be dark.
It was dark.
It tried to be dark.
But it was good though. It was good.
Benedict Cumberbatch. You know how to play villain.
Yes, sir.
He also knows how to play a Sorcerer Supreme as well.
We'll get to that in a minute.
He knows how to play a Sorcerer Supreme as well. What else has happened?
They released new pictures of Captain Marvel on set with Samuel Jackson. Sam Jackson has hair now. Brie Larson is still in the green suit, but I still think that's going to be CG.
I think they're going to add like some
stars.
If anything, it's going to be it's going to be some CGI around the suit because obviously she's going to be doing some stuff that requires CGI. So I haven't seen these photos. I'll probably look at these photos a little bit later.
Yeah.
On other news, I just saw something as well. What else? Damn, I just saw it. What just happened? CinemaCon is going on. They're releasing new footage from. That's where Venom trailer was shown. So Disney had a panel. They showed footage from Aladdin, Lion King, Solo, obviously. Sony did one. That's where they showed Venom. What else did they show? They showed some other stuff as well. Fox had their stuff as well. They showed some stuff from The Predator.
I really hope we get an Aladdin teaser soon.
Yeah,
I need that.
I think we're gonna get that later in the summer.
I think so too. Yeah.
Right now, Disney's trying to focus on Solo and Avengers. Obviously, they got Ant-Man and Wasp, so it's hard to try to push out these new products now.
I would just like a teaser.
Just a teaser.
Lion King and that. Like, I would like because again I like the live action.
If anything, I want to see Lion King for us. I mean, I want to see Aladdin for us.
Yeah, I would love that too. Because I just think that Lion King feels so far out because it's not. That's why
I don't think we need a teaser yet. I think Aladdin comes out before Lion King, right? So I think we need a tease for that first. But I don't think they're gonna give us that till later throughout the year. Like, I think the next Disney property after that is in Christmas, so we probably won't get a teaser till probably near that time. Mary Poppins Returns is in like Christmas, so they're not gonna try to market that more until later. Yeah, Mary Poppins is Disney. So the Quiet Place got
a sequel.
Moved forward for a sequel. Obviously the big hit. I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting to go see it as well.
What? I'm the only one in the room that saw it?
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
I
mean, obviously, as you can see, it's getting a sequel.
I love the trailers, but I'm like, I have to take time to go see it, and I have to see someone to go see it with most of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard it's a really. It's
really
got
good.
96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's getting good reviews. People are saying it's a really good movie. Like, okay, I'll make sure to check it out in probably the next month or so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. Anything else? Let me check. They talking about Spider-Man PS4 on here. It's funny. Talking about obviously the Avengers, the Iron Spider suit's gonna be in Spider-Man PS4.
We didn't know that already. The trailer was kind of everywhere.
Yeah,
social media.
I made a video on my channel talking about it and talking about what other suits I want as well. Because I think they kind of hinted what the other suit is because if you've seen the trailer, he has the homemade suit from Homecoming. So that might be the other suit, but I hope not. Sadly, no one play in that suit.
I think that might be dope.
I want to play it. I don't want to play in the
I mean, it was cool when we saw it in the trailer because he lost the suit and he had to a backup. He has a backup.
That's true. So, I mean, I want to go back more retro.
I think, but like as I said, it's a Spider-Man game, and I think this is.
Even if you want to go classic to that.
Yeah, I'll probably play in the classic one.
Yeah,
most
I said like to me, I want to play in this. I want to play in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I want to play in that costume so bad. I don't know why. I want to play in Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man. That's the costume I want to play in.
I just want the classic black suit with the whole white symbol.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's going to be the black suit. Maybe that's the next one they'll give us with the one like the pop figure. Maybe they might give us that suit with the black with the white logo.
Yes, I'd want that.
I don't know. I mean, I think it was easier to do Iron Spider obviously to promote Avengers. So
that was a no-brainer.
Lauren Conan is returning for season 9. She had a big thing with her contract where I guess they weren't paying her enough or something like that.
Yeah.
If you see the way season 8 ended, I think it's the only way she might actually be like the kind of the, not saying she's the villain, but like she gonna have some dark tones to go into the next season. She really
probably till like the mid-season, and then in the mid-season they'll come to even ground in the next season. Right. Walking Dead. You watch Walking Dead?
I stopped at season 3.
Stop watching.
So much of it was spoiled for me. So
let's go. We're not gonna get into spoilers, but I do want to talk about the Avengers box office.
Okay.
They already beat Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Thursday they made 40 million. That next minute they already made over 100.
Yeah.
So that in 2 days they already made over 100 million. That's all. They had 2 more days to beat that. So obviously,
I checked it this afternoon. They had like 230 million.
Yep. So by the end of this day, by the end of this day, they will already beat Force Awakens. My guess they're gonna my approximate number would probably be 253 or something like that. Because you can add another 20 to 40 million to that, so that puts that over Force Awakens. Force Awakens made 248 million opening weekend. The next one after that, I think, is Last Jedi. I think. See, the Last Jedi or it's Last Jedi's next. Then it's Black Panther. We all knew that was gonna happen, obviously, because we talked about in the last Nerd Talk that Avengers outsold 7 MCU movies, so in ticket sales, pre-ticket sales. So there was no question that it wasn't gonna be, and it's obviously the biggest movie of the year. I mean, it's not gonna win no Academy Awards.
It might, but it might.
I mean,
I think
I would say special effects and costumes, but not anything else.
I agree with you. I mean, have you seen Thanos? Have you seen Josh Brolin? I mean,
yeah, he definitely played
that. That is definitely his movie.
He might make I would not be surprised if
Would you actually call that a performance or a multi-capture performance?
That's a performance,
Best
man.
performance.
Is it actually him playing the character? That's what I'm telling you.
As like a
Motion cap.
Right, because you gotta think about, then you obviously could say Andy Serkis deserves an award for Caesar.
He deserves a lot for that.
He definitely does.
I love those movies.
He definitely does, man. I had mine recently watched. Like, damn, I didn't know how good those were.
Those movies are
people don't talk about
amazing.
those.
They need. Do you know what they need to do? They need to make like
They
a
need to make a
whole
special
category for that.
Because it's a lot
And
of
give him the first one because he's clearly the best one.
He
out
is.
of
He does.
anybody that does that.
Yeah, definitely. He's the
Andy-
first one to do it.
Andy Serkis and Doug Jones.
Yep.
They definitely the top two that do.
If
motion
anything, I
cap.
think, like I said, especially with the three Planet 8 movies, I think you're not saying they should just get like an honorary award, not like just like something like a category, but they should just get a special award for the accomplishments of what they've done. Because he's done other multi-capture other movies, obviously for Star Wars. Probably some Marvel stuff, Lord of the Rings, and you know he's been doing it for a long time. Like maybe he'll get like an honorary, mention type thing.
And he's also getting into like production as well.
Right. He's supposed to be directing. He's supposed to be directing something. He's supposed to be directing like a Jungle Book movie. He's supposed to be directing Mowgli. They changed it to Mowgli.
Oh yeah,
Instead of calling it Jungle Book, they called it Mowgli. Yeah. To not try to do it with the same with the Disney Jungle Book.
I watched this movie on Netflix called The Ritual. It's a weird movie. He produced that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's it for news. Might as well get to the big guns.
Meat and potatoes.
Before we get into spoilers, I want to go ahead and give you guys what you guys review and what you guys thought of the film. Then we can go ahead and go into spoilers, what we loved about it. But what were you guys' thoughts and what were your reviews? What would you say? What was your review for the film?
After you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do you want to scissors real quick? Okay. Again, I went to this movie thinking it's really one of the best movies I've ever seen not in 10 years, not the best movie I've ever seen in 10 years, like, it's the most anticipated movies I've ever seen in 10 years. And again, I've seen all these movies lead up to this big bad villain. I'm like, is it gonna live up to the hype? And it did. It's a straight 9 out of 10 for me for this movie. And I know that's a bold statement, but it's because Thanos as a villain, and when we use spoilers, you'll understand why I like him as a villain and a character. Because when your villain is good and he's written well, your movie is going to succeed. Because it is, even a book or any TV show is going to succeed. If anyone loves the villain and roots for the villain, or even like says, damn, I hate that villain, he was so good, it'll make your movie really good, or whatever you do in production or anything. Even a video game, because I think Thanos is one of the best Marvel villains they've ever created. And he is like you said, this is the Empire Strikes Back of the Avengers. Yeah, anything to add on?
I was gonna say that Thanos is this version is the definitive version. I like movie Thanos better than comic book
I do
Thanos.
too. Because comic book Thanos seems
the comic book Thanos is more diabolical than the actual movie version. This one, like in that one, the comic. We'll talk about that as we talk about the movie, but they're totally different characters. They definitely feel like they built this character from the ground up.
Because the comic one is more he's more like what the cartoon one was. Right. He's more devoted to impressing Lady Death.
Right.
That's his one goal in the comics. Impress Lady Death to destroy the whole universe, to get an audience with her or whatever, or marry her or whatever it is he wants to do. And this one isn't talking about that.
Right.
He just wants to bring balance to the universe.
Exactly.
And he does that with the snap. And it's crazy, but again, I give this movie 9 out of 10 for me. One of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen.
All right, John, what's your thoughts,
man? Avengers: Infinity War is a lot to take in. It's exciting. It's action packed. It's heartwarming. It's heartbreaking. I'm not gonna rate it yet because I the way I want to do my ratings, I want to do them like in a very specific way. But I will say that it is easily top 2.
Okay.
Easily top 2 out of the MCU. I think what I like most about the movie is Thanos. he, like you said, they took him and built him from the ground up rather than modeling.
Take him from the comic.
Yeah.
Like they just
and I felt that it was very appropriate. It was at certain points where you sympathized with him. Mm-hmm. He was understandable. Yep. Maybe I was gonna say relatable, but that's not the word. But he was understandable. You
understood why
Yeah.
That's
he definitely had a code, and I'm biased towards villains like that. Villains with a code. He wasn't quote unquote evil for the sake of being evil, because in his eyes he was doing the right thing,
right,
and everybody else was just in his way.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that if he could find a way to not kill anybody, he would have done so.
Right.
But because he was a by any means necessary type villain, he had to do what had to be done. I love the fact that a lot of characters who were main characters in other movies, for example, Iron Man and Captain America, they were not the main character.
Right.
They were more of supporting roles in this movie. And it was by far Thanos' movie. Like it was definitely his movie. I wouldn't say this is the darkest movie in the MCU. I think the darkest movie in the MCU is Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely had a serious tone, and the stakes were dire. They did a very good job of balancing the tone, because you have all these different characters with all these different aesthetics. You got Guardians of the Galaxy, they're extremely goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Iron Man and Doctor Strange, who are very sarcastic.
Right.
Then you got Captain America, who's very straight-laced, serious. He's a from point A to point B kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely balanced that well. I love the character dynamic between Iron Man and Peter Quill. I love the dynamic, but it just basically anybody that had a scene with Iron Man, I love those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely felt like a war with multiple battles. You had the big battle on Wakanda, but then you had other smaller battles on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
They just did a really good job balancing the tone. They definitely took some risks with this movie. Everybody that I thought was gonna die actually lived.
Mm-hmm. that's one thing I talk about. One that I really talk about. Like we literally say, "Oh, Cap's gonna die. Thor might die." Like no, they end up surviving. They end up surviving. But since we might as well go ahead and talk about spoilers now.
Can we just go from like beginning?
Yeah, that's what we was gonna talk about from the beginning. We're gonna break this down to each scene by scene, because right now we have to, because we obviously start from where Thor Ragnarok ends. You know Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Asgards get overtaken by this huge ship. Obviously, it's Thanos' ship. And I was looking at John when the Marvel logo pull up. You just hear things in the background like, "This is a war. This is not a war crap. We're just regular Asgardians." And Thanos don't give a fuck. He don't give a care. He's gonna take out. The next we just see dead bodies on the ground. That's literally how the movie starts. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. Like the way it starts. With Thor telling Loki, like, you are the worst brother, is like, yeah, but he's also trying to help you at the same time. It's also like, oh, he's going to give him the Tesseract, but he's going to try to do things. And I love the callback to Avengers when he says, but we have a Hulk.
Yep.
From where Iron Man told Loki in the first Avengers that, oh, we have a Hulk. And that scene was freaking amazing, but it's just crazy to see within that first 5 minutes how menacing Thanos is.
Yep.
I think Loki he fully redeemed himself.
Yes. Yep. This is the completion of his arc.
I think that he knew he was going to die.
Yes. Yep.
I don't think
he tried to do as much as he could before he was gonna die. He obviously wasn't gonna survive.
Yeah, I don't.
Thanos could not keep him alive.
I don't think that he was like actually trying to kill Thanos because he knows Thanos. He's been acquainted with him before.
He gave him the scepter.
Yeah, he sent him to Earth to dominate and take over and stuff. But I think he knew exactly what he was doing when he attacked or threatened Thanos.
Right.
I think he did that to ensure that Thor lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he knew that they weren't gonna win without Thor.
Nope. And when he says to what Loki says, Thor, like, the sun will rise on us again.
Right.
And like he just exactly knew he wasn't saying that for me. He was saying that for him.
Yeah.
Like,
He knew
you're gonna
exactly
be good. I might not be okay, but you're gonna be good. Like what I'm doing is gonna save you.
Yeah.
We obviously Heimdall dies. So
sad.
We saw that coming. Saw that coming.
And I love the fact that when Thanos killed Loki, he said no more resurrections.
Oh my, because he must have known that when at the end of Thor we thought he died.
Yeah.
And obviously, my guess is that he probably died and Thanos brought him back. Him saying that, like, oh, he must have revived Loki. He must have saved Loki.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
And it's funny because like when he said that, I thought about that. He must have saved him then for him to say that, because why would he say that?
Yeah.
You know. But I do agree. I love that. So it's like that shows you that he's not coming back.
He's dead.
He's dead.
For sure.
For sure. Just that whole scene was within the first 5 minutes was crazy. We see Heimdall takes Hulk. Hulk gets destroyed by Thanos. Like he literally gets destroyed. And that throughout the whole rest of the movie, he doesn't want to come out. Because I'm not about to get beat again. He doesn't want to get beat again after being the contest champion for the last 2 years or however long he was on the planet. And he just to get destroyed by Thanos is crazy.
Yeah, the movie takes place in real time.
It takes place in real time.
Yeah. It's been 2 years since Civil War.
Okay.
And that's how it is in movie time as well.
Right.
And when Iron Man said that Thanos has been in my head
for 6
years, that wasn't a mistake. I thought it was a mistake at first. That wasn't a mistake. He was referring to Age of Ultron.
Because when Scarlet the Witch put that thing in his head. Yes.
And then MCU time, that was 6 years prior.
When did Age of Ultron have 2014?
Because he wasn't thinking about New York.
It came out,
because he wasn't thinking about
No, 15.
Age of Ultron came out at 15, right?
This is 6 years.
You gotta think about MCU
It's MCU time, not real time.
Not real time.
Yeah.
You gotta think about the time frame because what messed up the whole time, and we made a video about this too. We talked about this in Nerd Talk later. Spider-Man Homecoming came out and said 8 years later. So you're gonna base it off because you based off the first MCU movies is that they don't take place in the year that they come out.
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man 2 happened in the same week.
Okay.
Iron Man 1 takes place 2008. Is 6 months later after Iron Man 2.
Okay.
I mean, Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 is 6 months later.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's still technically 2008 or 2009.
Okay.
And the first phase, besides Captain America, takes place in within the first 2
years.
Couple years.
They all take place in the same week. But I would say Avengers probably take place a year prior or a couple months after. A year after. Okay. So that would be 2010. That still kind of don't make sense either because 8 years later that will be 2018.
Yeah.
But it's hard to, like I said, it's hard to judge these movies on how, like I said, Spider-Man Homecoming could take place a week before Avengers Infinity War. So I mean, it's hard to really take place on that because obviously Peter is still in school in this movie. So
I think the general consensus is that Spider-Man Homecoming takes place like the next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
because I'd like to think that Spider-Man Homecoming and Black Panther are happening simultaneously.
At the same time, right? They are happening at the same time. Black Panther's a week after Civil War, so that's actually before Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Because they give us the time frame of when he meets Tony Stark, do the battle in Germany, and they say 2 months later.
Yep.
They say 2 months later or something. They say a certain
right.
amount of months has passed since he's talked to Iron Man.
You're right.
So, but all that that aside, the timeline is fucked up. But I'm just ready for Kevin Feige to come out. Probably he's the one that come out and say, okay, this is when all this happens. Mm-hmm. But we won't probably get that until later. But since they gotta fix the timeline anyway, because everyone fucking dies. But going on to the next scene after they battle that Thor, everything was Thor. Hulk is shipped to Doctor Strange. Yep. He tells Doctor Strange that Thanos is coming. Yep. So they go get Iron Man, and Iron Man's like, what the fuck? So this is what we've been waiting for, huh? Yeah. This is what we've been waiting for. I love that, and that scene is so hilarious. Yeah. Man. Like they talk about having ice cream there after them, and like Doctor Strange, like you really lean on this motherfucker. Get the fuck out there. He hits him like, and here's Iron Man. Oh, I'm gonna allow that. I'm gonna allow that to happen. And this is funny because you got the two Sherlocks. I really wanted
the Sherlock.
I knew they were gonna do it. I knew they was gonna do it. I knew it wasn't coming. But
oh yeah, this is the scene where Iron Man explains to Hulk, like we're not a team.
But this is for the audience that didn't see Civil War, because there's some people that didn't go see their movies. It's like, okay, the Avengers are broken up. Yep. And I love the line that you like the Beatles, like a band.
Like wait, no, like well, yeah, kind of, sort of, but then they're not on speaking terms.
Yeah, right.
Hulk has been gone for like 3 years.
Yeah, he's been gone since Age of Ultron. Yeah. So yeah. It's been crazy. But next after that, it's crazy how fast they jump into this movie, because this really just like within like another 5 minutes before all that stuff happens, because like Tony Stark opens his phone and then he hears something he said. He looks at Doctor Strange like, you're not moving your hierarchy. He's like, not at the moment.
a lot of people were like, why does Tony have a flip phone? I was like, that's the phone.
That's the phone that I had to tell.
Tell me too.
She said he forgot.
I look like, wait,
why does he have that phone? Remember, he said he looked at it. Oh,
he was looking
like,
how
I do it.
How do I say?
Yeah. And I love that called back with Civil War. Yeah. And then it just all chaos happens. We have Ebony Maw comes, and I don't know what the other guy's name is. But I know Ebony Maw is the one we care about, because
let's call him Brutus Maximus.
Yeah, but it's something like that. It's something like that though. It's name is something. It's like start with a C. It's like Colossus. It's not Colossus, but it's something like that. Yeah. But I got to give it a head to Ebony Maw though. That's the Squidward looking at. I see Tony Stark call him Squidward. But I kind of upset that they took him out so early. Not early, but like he was taken out like early on.
He was taken out due to a reference.
Due to aliens.
He was definitely my favorite person.
Me too. He was definitely my favorite person on the Black Order as well. And I didn't expect that at all, because when he shows up the first time, he's the one giving the little speech like, "Oh, you guys are being saved by the Great Titan," and I'm like, okay, like so this right, yeah. Like he seems so wise and calm, but he has the most power of all.
Yeah, he's been doing this for a long time.
He has the Force. He has the Force, so Star Wars is connected to the MCU. But I was thinking like, well, he has the Force because he's just literally just throwing stuff all around everywhere. Like, I love that Iron Man comes out and says, "Earth is closed today. Yeah. Can you pack your shit and get out of here? Like, we're not open today." And here comes Doctor Strange. Like, we ready to fight.
Yep. And then Hulk won't come out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You're embarrassing me in front of the
wizards. He's so and it's crazy thing. Like Hulk is scared. Hulk is truly scared because he got his ass dogged by the Mad Titan. And this whole scene is hilarious. You have Spider-Man. The scene where he's on the bus and he tells Ned that make a distraction. It's like he just knew, like, I got it.
Yeah,
so we're gonna die. Yes, we're gonna die. And everyone just reacts. This Stan Lee cameo, I had to clap my hand like, yes, that's a perfect.
It's like you guys ever seen a spaceship before.
But
like,
you know what?
That reference to the first Avengers, because they obviously have seen this alien spaceship before.
Yeah. Also, they had to get his cameo out early because for the rest of the movie, you don't see any civilians.
Nope.
It's all Avengers.
But that was perfect. That was perfect.
It was
Either it was going to be there or it was going to be when it was on the street. Yeah. But that was a perfect cameo. Because we always tried to, when I first saw him, like, how the hell do you get out of the bus? I'm like, oh yeah, obviously not had Ned to cause a distraction. I figured the spaceship was gonna cause a distraction for him anyway. But I love that scene as well. And he just comes up and stops the thing and says, "Oh hi, what's going on, Mr. Stark?" Like,
kid, where'd you
come from? Field trip. The field trip. Oh, he said he came with. Keeps going. He's going on the field trip.
Okay.
But And then like this whole scene, basically, Ebony Maw is trying to get the time stone from him. He has like a spell over the little necklace, and Spider-Man gets dwarfed up into the spaceship.
That's
and,
when he gets the Iron Spider suit, or after Tony sends it up to him, just so he can make it back to Earth. Right. But he ends up on the spaceship.
He ends up. Didn't he think it was too far for him to go down? Like the height that he was at, he wouldn't have made it to New York.
No,
he wouldn't. Like the parachute was coming down, but he's in space. I mean, shit. I would rather. Why he just you're with me?
That scene got a bigger applause than the second showing I went to.
The Spider-Man scene when he got the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah. Actually, that whole when I went the second time, that experience was way better.
Really, you went to Shaker?
Yeah.
It was when it was a full crowd too.
Yeah, it was a full crowd, and like a lot of parts got like big applause.
Yeah.
Like, I think the biggest applause was when they started playing the Wakanda thing.
Yeah, obviously, you already know. You obviously knew that was
the
going
whole theater was like,
because they already knew. Because once Captain America said, "I know a place," you already knew what he was talking about. Because they started the drums before they even showed the place. They started the drums before they even started the place. But go ahead and go back in order. We had Doctor Strange is obviously captured by Ebony Maw to get the Time Stone.
Yep.
Iron Man is in the ship, but Spider-Man is basically the stowaway because he's like, damn. He said, I should have just stayed on the bus. I should have stayed on the bus, damn. I love that whole scene because you just see the spaceship going over, so you're like, damn, like they're far away from home. They're about to be far away from home. And like this little kid.
Pepper, he's like, I don't think I'm coming back.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna be back for a while. Michael Parsons area 30 Reds because I'm not coming back. And it's upsetting for Pepper because he was supposed to stop being Iron Man in Iron Man 3. Like that was when he was supposed to not be Iron Man anymore. And here he is on this alien spaceship going out to fucking in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
But also, I think that although I love Pepper, she's one of my favorite supporting characters in the MCU.
There was nothing for her to do in this movie.
I think that it's a little bit selfish of her to expect him to not be Iron Man.
That's true.
He's an Avenger.
That's true.
He has a responsibility.
That's true.
That's true. So,
and obviously signing those accords. He has to be an Avenger.
Yeah, right. If they tell him to go, he has to go.
Do it, right. And I do agree with you on that too. But did you guys think they were setting up him talking about him having a kid with Pepper? You think they're setting up that up for future situations on with the MCU, or like I thought about that? Said they trying to set up things already. Like
I think so. I think they are gonna have a kid because he said let's name him after your eccentric Uncle Morgan.
Right. He
has a relative in the comics named Morgan Stark.
Okay. So we'll see what that goes on. But after that, we jump to the Guardians is next. They show the Guardians, and Guardians obviously about to go hit into Thor. That scene when the music popped on, I already knew exactly what was happening because you hear the music. Oh, it's about to be Guardians. Yeah. Everyone in the theater probably knew it was Guardians coming up. It was a song. It was a song coming. Oh yeah, it's Guardians because it's a '70s song. It's Guardians. Yeah. I love that as well. The conflict between Thor and the Guardians. And for Thor Ragnarok feels like Guardians.
Yes.
So I mean, it just works so well. It just works so well, and that's the Thor we get. We're getting the Thor from Ragnarok into this movie. I love that Thor is like hearing everything from Gamora's like, you know a lot about Thanos, and Drax like, this is the daughter of Thanos. He just looks like your father killed my brother, and he gets up and just. My father told me, my father had banished my sister to hell, and I'm just basically going through everything he went through, and like they thought he was about to do something when he was like, nah, I wasn't about to do anything.
This Thor is seasoned. He's very seasoned and experienced.
And then we come into Star-Lord, who's very jealous basically of Thor, who's basically he's like, Drax says, this is not a dude. This is a man. You're a dude. And how am I a dude? You put on a bit of weight. You're looking a little chubby.
They told him he was fat.
One sandwich away from being fat.
Like, bro, wait, what? So Star-Lord needs to go back and hit the dumbbells?
Go back into the gym. And I love, you hear, the funniest thing always sound in the background. You hear Rocket say, you can't eat dumbbells, right? Like, it was like it's the same going back when you see the Footloose thing.
Yeah.
Where Star-Lord says, Footloose, the best movie ever.
It never was. It never was.
That's hilarious. It never was. It never really was, though. It never was. But going back to the Guardians, Thor figures out, tells them that Thanos has taken the stone. They already got the Power Stone. They didn't know that. Yeah. They didn't know that Thanos went to go get the Power Stone. and he's telling them that the reality stones with the collection, like, oh wow, who would do that? And they say, oh, I did that. So why would you do that? That's very stupid. So the plan was that the plan was that Thor said, I gotta go make this weapon so I can kill Thanos. Like, no, we gotta go to Thanos. But I thought, why would y'all go to Thanos? Why would y'all try to do that? You guys don't have the power to do that. Like, Peter, you're just
learned who he was.
Exactly. Hey, Peter, you're a human, and Gamora, you're the daughter. You're about to be taken if you go to him. Why would you guys go to him? Because that's what Gamora first did. We got to go to nowhere to get him. Why? Why would you do that? Like, go with Thor because he's getting the weapon to kill this thing. And I love that Peter said, don't we all need weapons like that?
But you know what? I think they were going to
try to beat
him there.
Oh, I guess.
Not knowing that he was going to already be there.
But he already has the space stone. He can transport there with the flick of a finger. There's no beating him anywhere.
I obviously wasn't thinking of that. But
he told them that.
That's a nitpick. Moving on.
Well, moving on. I love that the scene between Thor and Rocket. Oh, the whole time they're like, it feel like they had a bond a little bit.
Yeah.
You could call him a rabbit. And you're just like, oh, you must be the captain of this shit. When you want to go to my journey to do this, like, yeah, I definitely want to go there. He was more excited to go there than anybody. Yeah. He obviously has a session.
Like, there's a star that makes weapons.
Right.
I very much want to go to this.
Right. I want to go there. Even when they open up the star, I'm moving forward ahead. When they open up the star, you see Rocket's face when you see it. Like,
yeah, he's amazed.
Oh my God! This is what I'm seeing right now. And but going back to that, the dynamic between Star-Lord and Gamora, you really see it more in this movie.
You really feel their relationship. They love each other.
Even like when Gamora's like rubbing her muscle, like, dude, stop touching his muscles, nigga. Stop doing that. Not supposed to be doing that.
I mean, like I've always knew like they were setting up their relationship going from Guardians to Guardians 2,
right?
And even this in between the Guardians 2 and Guardians 3.
Yeah, you definitely see it more in this.
And because like, and I feel like it's like in between like Guardians 2 and this, because we know it's not like Guardians 2 after this is just straight up to Infinity War. Maybe it is, who knows? But they probably had some interactions between here and there. Now, as Star-Lord says, I'm gonna go forward a little bit like you did. He said he's like a on and off booty call, basically. Or whatever. They're together.
But I have a problem with this though. This is another nitpick. They need to be trying to train these actors how to kiss, because none of these actors know how to kiss each other.
Oh yeah. It was just
Iron Man does not know how to kiss Pepper. As long as you guys get it, that's a terrible kiss. And Gamora and Star, you guys never kissed before. Yeah. That was like the first time they ever kissed in their life. It's terrible.
That's what I said.
That's just makes me come on. I hate movie kisses. I just hate it.
If they would
it makes me like when I become a director, we better look like it. Really. You better fucking kiss her. But I swear it just looks so fake. I mean, I look and I say I don't buy it. I just didn't buy it at that point in time. But going further when they go meet Thanos, I did buy it when they were confessing to each other, saying I love you more than anything. And you see Star-Lord's face like, you just told me that like before I gotta kill you.
Right. Like,
and then he's like, then he just said fuck it. He was about to do it.
But turn the bubbles.
Yeah, turn the bubbles, because obviously Thanos gets the reality stone.
Yeah, he even in the comics he has some infatuation with bubbles.
Yep. I love that he first shoot out bubbles. I thought it was him doing it. I didn't think he used reality stone.
Yep,
he has a reality stone. He made it turn the bubbles, and he just turned the bubbles. But
I thought it was a guns effect.
When we find out that he has reality stone, we have Gamora will act like he kills him. Star-Lord goes, oh, that was fast. You see Dragon's face upset because he wanted to do it.
Peter basically said what everybody was thinking, like, that was quick.
Right, exactly. I was in there like, damn.
Like, he dead?
But I was thinking, I saw the trailers. There's no way he can be dead.
I
saw the trailers.
I mean, we only 20 minutes into the movie.
Yeah,
he can't be
no way.
So, we find out, obviously, it was a fake, and the whole place is destroyed. And my guess is that the Collector is dead, because we see him in there. You see him wave, like when he goes away, he waves. Like,
I think like
he's obviously been there for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I kind of laughed when I know dude was just like when after everyone's just like sitting there, he just goes magnificent. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay.
Last Jedi.
Okay.
That's it.
And then as was waving by, I'm like, maybe I should send up for the whole universe. Like, bye guys. I'm not coming back. See you later. Like,
I guess the Collector's dead. The Collector's dead. And is that the first time we ever see the reality stone being used in that way? Because
yes, I think that's the first time we've seen the reality stone used.
Right. In Thor: Dark World, it wasn't used as it was supposed to be.
There.
Right. So I love that. 'Cause when I first saw it, it was a big shock to me. I said, God damn, he the reality stones. I never seen it being used ever before. Because we see the whole thing just change to everything being destroyed. And it was just a plan to get Gamora there. So you're going to tell me where the Soul Stone is, because I know where the Soul Stone is. And because later, Gamora tells Peter that you have to kill me because I know where the Soul Stone is. Yeah. But now that he has reality stone, he's not gonna make that possible because he can make everything just go on.
I love how Thanos, like he's really a puppeteer in this movie. Mm-hmm. He uses other people to make people do what he needs them to do. He doesn't threaten you with death. He threatens the person you love.
Yeah, because even going in the beginning with Loki, he's like, "Give me the Tesseract, or it's your brother's head." Like, he doesn't. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna hurt the person you love the most.
Yeah, because killing you ain't gonna do me no good right now.
I know we obviously might as well talk about Thanos and the CGI, but that scene was when the way he was looking looked so real. The scene where he has Gamora and he's like when Peter's about to shoot him, it just looks so spot on. Like I gotta give props to the CGI in that scene because it just looks so well. Like his reaction, everything's like, so she told you to do it, right? And then like after he does it, he's like, "Oh, I like you," and he just goes away. Yeah. Like it was spot on. It was fantastic, man. Now next, going on to that, what we jump on next? We jump to Scotland. Do we jump to Scotland?
I think so.
Yeah, Scotland.
Scotland. We find out Vision has been with Scarlet Witch, and they've been getting it on.
They was in the bed. They was doing it.
I love right.
They were getting
They see on the TV that obviously the children of Thanos came. Tony Stark is missing, so Vision's like, "Oh fuck, I gotta get out of here." Because the Stone been telling him that they're coming. Like the Stone is about to be taken. Yeah. So Corvus Glaive, that's this guy right here, stabs him, and now he's it's funny because yes, about it. When you was talking about Chris Stuckman's review, they were talking about everyone's basically unmorphed, like they were nerfed down like certain characters nerfed down. Like obviously Vision was because he got stabbed. He's been Vision is basically injured throughout this whole movie.
Yeah, because he's too powerful.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and he has the stone, so they obviously Thanos has to get the stone from him. Right. So, he gets stabbed, and Scarlet Witch is a fucking dog throughout this whole movie. You gotta give her credit. She's a freaking monster in this movie. I feel like her powers are updated to like times 10 because she literally takes out Corvus Glaive, and she don't really take out Corvus Glaive. Yeah, she does.
But that's the thing about a lot of the characters in the movie because we've seen them in other movies before, like Scarlet. This is the third time we've seen it.
This is that time.
It's the third time we've seen.
Avengers, they all trying Civil
War. Yeah, this is the third time we've seen her. Yep. So same
with Vision though. Yeah. That's why when we hear Tony Stark say that, he's evolving. Yeah. We can't really see that in this movie because he gets stabbed. The blade that Corvus Glaive have stops him from doing what he can do.
Yeah. I mean, we do see that because he's in human form when we first see him.
Right.
But like she's come to the full realization of her powers.
Right.
And
because she's doing everything. Like every time she does something, she stops herself with the powers. She creates a shield when she goes through the glass. Like she feels like she's flying faster than she can.
Yeah, she's a lot more. I think after Civil War, she became a lot more efficient.
Yeah. Have you noticed her accent is gone? She has barely have an accent in this movie.
It's not gone, but it's faint.
Yeah, it's barely there. My guess is that I'm trying to look at it as maybe she's been around other people like American accents, so maybe it's like going away. Because certain people have accents, but if they've been around certain places for long, they lose it or it's comes and goes like that. Yeah. So maybe that's the problem. But going on to that, we have an epic battle between Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, and Scarlet Witch. And Vision then jumps in Captain America, and when he popped up, I had to clap. I had to clap. That was my favorite.
As soon as the train came back, I knew it. I knew it. I was like,
Captain America.
Once I heard that theme, bro, it wasn't even the Avengers. It felt like a Captain America solo theme, basically. It was that
that's the
Avengers thing. But it's not even. I mean, once I heard that, I'm like, bro, yes, just. I'm just like, this is amazing because again, Scarlet Witch, seeing Falcon, everybody Scarlett Johansson or Black Widow, seeing all them come back and they're all like we're criminals, but we're more
Black Ops Avengers.
Yeah, basically what they are. So I'm like, this is amazing.
And then obviously they say they go back home. Obviously they go back to the Avengers movie. But then I think between this we get a flashback from Gamora. This is probably before that. We get a flashback for Gamora showing that Thanos has basically killed half her kind, half her planet, and has taken her away. We see that in this movie as well. And I love that scene too because it goes back to where Gamora talks about it and like, why would you do it? She's like, your planet is good now because I killed half your people. You know, your planet is. Everyone no one have to worry about anything ever again. And I said that talking to Marquez, I said, that's fucked up. Just imagine someone comes to Earth, kill half the population, and everybody is good. Yeah. Like, everybody lives perfect.
That scene was important.
That's crazy.
That scene was so important because he was saying, like, what I'm doing actually works.
Right. And then it's when he said he has the power to do it. Like, I have the ability to be able to do it.
I'm the only one that has the will to do it.
Right. Yeah. I love that when that's the same scene he's talking to Gamora about that he lied and she lied saying that she didn't find the Soul Stone. And he has Nebula like literally like tangled up. And it's funny, like they show a scene where like she looked like she's formed, but you turn around and she's like completely broken up. And he's using the Space Stone to like spread her apart.
And to be honest,
so crazy, man. This movie got some dark scenes.
Artistic value right there. Like that was a very artistic. Like you think like, oh, there's Nebula. And then again, panning.
And then it turns around and she's like completely broken up.
She's being ripped apart. Right? You're like. Fuck! You're like, God, this you don't deserve this.
To me, it made me dislike Thanos almost like a little bit more because how dark he will go. Like you said, he's torturing the woman that her sister to get what he wants, and then obviously he does because he find out that the Soul Stone is on Vormir or something like that. Vormir or something like that.
Vormir.
Vormir or something.
Yeah, we find out the Soul Stone is there, and I didn't think we were gonna get the Soul Stone in this movie. I thought they was gonna wait for that, but obviously we get that.
And then I actually thought the Soul Stone was gonna be the last one that he got. Right. But that was like the third one.
Right. Yeah.
And the fourth one.
Right. And when are we going? Does that scene just go straight like towards when they meet Red Skull, or
there's something happened after that?
Okay. Yeah. Something after that. It cuts to Wakanda.
No, it cuts to
when they go to the
when they're talking about going. Yeah, it cuts to.
When they're talking about going. Oh yeah, you're right.
Rhodey is talking to
Secretary Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross. He's talking about how you signed the Accords, blah blah blah. And I'm thinking,
man, dude,
it pissed me. I'm like, bruh,
Rhodey made me mad a little bit. I mean, cause
what you mean Rhodey made you mad?
Because he was so for the
Accords,
right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, your mind changed, like. Get out of here, boy.
Well, you gotta think about it. He almost lost his life.
Yeah.
Like he said that. He said he paid the cost.
He completely paralyzed. So hell yeah, what do you think? Hell yeah, my mind changed because now I got my and they technically are his friends.
Yeah.
He was friends with these people. Now they're criminals. Like that's hard to deal with. So I love when he came out. I was like, the only reason why they're criminals is because you say they're criminals.
Yeah.
They done terrible things, but they're doing terrible things for the right reasons. They're trying to help us. Besides, regardless of all this devastation that they've done.
Yeah.
And like we said, we got otherworldly forces come, and now what you don't want us to help.
Yeah.
I love what Captain America came in saying, "Oh, you ready to fight? But if you want to get in our way, we gonna fight you too.
Way past that.
We gonna stop. We gonna stop what's coming here."
Yep.
And like I said, I think Captain America became my favorite character in MCU. Just everything about it. I said there and told Mark, I said, who thought Chris Evans would be a perfect Captain America? I didn't when I saw Fantastic Four. I didn't see that at all. But going on to that, then that's where they jump to Wakanda, I think. Or no. Within that scene, they jump to Wakanda, we find out that Black Panther knows there's a war coming out, so they called him, and they give Winter Soldier the arm.
Yep.
And just to, like you said, when Wakanda showed up, man, I was just had a smile on my face, man. You don't even see Black Panther's face first. You just see the back of his head first. Like you already know where he went. You know exactly where he went.
The theater went crazy when the trumpet started blowing. They went nuts.
And then we jump back on to see Thanos and Gamora are on the planet where the Soul Stone is. Yep. And then we get a big surprise because here comes Red Skull.
That's probably the biggest surprise of the movie.
To be honest,
other than the end.
Yeah. I thought I had a when it was leading up to this movie, I said, what could surprise me in this movie that would like leave me thinking like, wow, I didn't think they pull it off. And I thought, what if they bring Red Skull back? Because we really never got a death of him.
Right.
So seeing that in my mind, I'm like, bro, I was right. But I'm like, I didn't want to see him like this. I wanted to see him like, I don't know how I wanted to see him, but seeing him like that, I'm like, yes, thank you. I want some confirmation because I hate characters being left not written off and just left in the dust.
Right. Yeah. Well, they kind of did that with Abomination. You don't know
because
Abomination was supposed to come back
in this movie too.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Yeah, they cut that out too.
Yeah.
But I mean, like again, the Incredible Hulk movie was like was not really received well, and
I mean, that's still just not taking a crowd back. That's still a character in MCU. You
know?
But I do agree with you with the Red Skull thing. I didn't think he's gonna come back like this. Even when I saw the Black Cape figure, I thought that was late. I thought that was that. I said, damn, they really doing it. Then when it came, I almost fell out of my chest. I did not expect.
Everyone was like, "Whoa!"
Steph looked like, "What the heck?" And like, and then even your Steph said like, "What was that?" Like,
who was that?
That's Red Skull. We ain't seen him since First Avenger. Like, we ain't seen him since First Avenger.
People forgot about it.
Like, everybody didn't know that he got transported there by the Tesseract. Like, oh. Yeah, because it never said
he's like, I've been here for quite some time.
Right, but we don't know how long that's really been because
Yeah.
time can move however it can. It's like you never get day or light there. So, we find out
it's been at least 80 years.
Yeah, well,
it's safe to say it's been at least 80 years.
So he's like probably immortal. He's not immortal, but he's probably a man. Is he a man?
Yeah, well,
he's a man, but I'd say he's immortal.
He's immortal now.
Immortal. He's an immortal out of time now. Like, or he doesn't have any time because he's basically a guide to attaining some power. Like
he even said that he's cursed to know like why people has come. So most likely people have been there to try to get the souls.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that people have been there
to try to get the souls.
To get it, but Thanos was the only one to get it.
Yep.
And I love that, like, the reason why he had to get it is he had to sacrifice someone he loved, and it had to be Gamora, and it's only right that it had to be Gamora, because we get that scene later, like we said, when he takes Gamora. Like, he's seen something in her. Yeah. Like, there's no reason why he would just take her. He's seen something like, oh, you look like,
he said, what did he say? He said, you have a fire.
You look like you got fight in you. Yeah. Like, come on, let me help you. And, just... that whole scene was like, I wanted to look at you. I saw you with your hand in him. I'm like, wow. Like, how did you feel the second time you watched it? You see when he threw Gamora over the cliff. Like, did you expect that to happen? Or
it was like I said, the second viewing of this movie was better than the first.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to go in with knowing everything. Like you was able to go in there and enjoy the movie for what it was instead of
also when we watched the movie the first time, we were in front of the screen.
Yeah, we were in a terrible position to watch it.
It took me out of the movie so much. I was like, I have to see this again Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my wife, I was like, you're not doing nothing. She's like, no. I was like, okay, we gotta go see this movie again. We gotta get better seats so I can really grasp everything.
I think I mean, even watching it first, it was nice. I'll probably go see it again with better seats. I'm gonna give it another couple of weeks to be honest. You know, these every day or every time I go there to see it, it's probably gonna be still packed.
I told myself I want to see it with a packed out. I might have to go see it probably this week or next week.
Yeah,
cause it's still gonna be a lot of people going to see this movie. Because I think I need to see it with a lot of people. I think seeing it with a lot of people.
The experience is
even
so
when
much better.
Marquis said, like, our role was lit. Because the dude said, like, we was all lit.
It was like you.
Yeah.
It was y'all two. The two right there. Me. And someone right behind me, we all.
You thought we all knew each other.
Yeah, that's what he was like with me, like, we all was cool. He was asking me questions, like, oh, this was this. Like,
yep, that's why.
Like, going to the scene where, the Iron Man and Spider-Man thing where he tells him, oh, you remember his old movie Aliens? And the guy next to me didn't know that Iron Man shot the hole out. He was like, who shot the hole out? So Iron Man did because Spider-Man told him to shoot the hole out to take him up. Because I have to tell you, like, oh, in every Aliens movie, they shoot him out of the sky. Like, there's no way to
I
kill
knew
him.
that. Yeah.
There's no really no way to kill him. You have to
and
shoot him out of space.
And then the way Ebony Maw flew out the
bed,
it's just like the alien.
And the way they shot it was just like aliens. So it's crazy. And I love that because when he said, Ebony Maw said, like, oh, my power's too much for you. Like, oh, yeah, but the kids seen way too many movies. Kids seen more movies than me. So, you know, it had to be 80s movies.
Yeah. And all the old people in the theater was laughing at that part.
Aliens, like, and people thought he said alien. No, he said aliens.
Aliens.
He said the aliens. He said the second one, probably the best one in my opinion. But Then we going back to Doctor Strange. I love the dynamic between Doctor Strange and Tony Stark.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's probably my favorite one out of all of them. Like I love all that stuff together.
Because they like the same person.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
they are the same. They're both snarky. They're both full of themselves.
Yeah.
Even with the one line where he's like, man, Doctor Strange tell Tony Stark like, other than everyone else in the world, I don't work for you. Like, and we're right alone. Like, oh yeah, he's full of himself.
Yeah. And then when he went to go save him, he was like, he's not really my friend.
Yeah, I'm just doing this for business reasons.
Yeah.
And then he even said like, when you ever say thank you, I'm listening. He tells like, whenever you ready to say thank you, I'm listening. And he said thank you for what? For saving your magical ass. For saving your magical ass. What the hell do you think I didn't do?
And then Spider-Man comes down and Doctor Strange is like, wait, what is it? Is he your ward? He's like, no. Like, wait, a ward? Like, no, wait, my name's Peter, by the way.
He's like,
Doctor Strange.
Oh, he's like, man, names. I'm Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man.
He's just like, I was dealing with idiots. He's like, what is going on? Even though they're all really technically smart in their own way.
Right.
So.
And then in this scene, we also get Tony Stark mounts him as an official Avenger. He said, okay, kid,
He was like,
you're official Avenger. And then Peter's face, he's like,
he's like, finally.
I gotta do this right. I gotta do this right.
Yep.
Then I think after this we jump into what's that? What's next?
I think
the
the
scene is the scene where they're right before they go to Wakanda.
Okay.
They in the hotel or whatever.
Oh, where they're talking
Yeah,
about.
he was like, "There's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man."
Right. Yeah, that's the scene. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we ain't talking about Mark Ruffalo. He had probably some of the best lines.
Absolutely.
He's probably had some.
They gave him all the one-liners, just like they did Hawkeye and Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
They gave Bruce Banner all the one-liners.
It's funny because I think they didn't have Hulk in this movie because we had a lot of Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. So it's like, okay, we don't really need like 2 movies with just full of Hulk, because obviously they was gonna need, if Hulk was gonna be there, he was gonna be there.
Yeah,
so like, okay, let's give
yeah.
Mark Ruffalo his due, and I think he really did. I think he did a terrific job in this movie. He had some of the funniest lines, even going into when he was in the Hulkbuster suit and everything. Like I said, even this when they walk onto Wakanda, he like, do we bow? And then Josh is like, yeah, he's a king. He does. He's a, we don't do that. Then we get the scene where we see Bruce Banner see Black Widow for the first time in like 3 years. And I thought we was gonna get more. I really want her to run up to him.
Yeah,
I more subtle. It's like I didn't want that. I wanted more of an impact.
I think Sam was like, this like, oh, it's like
this is awkward. Yeah.
To be honest,
I'm sitting there like, yeah, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awkward.
Like if the Russos would have taken any like if the Russo brothers would have looked at the previous Avengers movie, she should have been like Bruce and then straight up hug or something. Or,
I think they
dealing with the
did.
circumstances, maybe not. Maybe
It would have been inappropriate for them to do that.
I mean,
dealing with the circumstances,
yeah.
maybe not, because we worried about Thanos, right? Thanos is coming to get these stones. We gotta focus on that.
Yeah,
Let's not focus on
right
everything. That's why I think going into the future, we're gonna talk about this later, but Star-Lord, that's what fucked up Star-Lord. So, like I said, next week I was supposed to be wearing that. Totally forgot about that. But
It's the wrong hand.
It's the wrong hand. It's supposed to be the left hand. I know.
This is the fake.
Yeah, it's the fake. That's the fake. But next we going into this where we find out about Wakanda and all that situations. What's happening next?
I want to say this. That might be the fake. What if that's Tony Stark's version?
No, because
I don't know.
I think the glove is gonna get fixed, even though we're gonna be jumping ahead. The glove,
it's gonna get fixed. Because the stones are still intact.
Right. All right. So next week, we're on to the part where now they figure out about Vision. Vision is they're trying to figure out what to do with
separate
Vision.
him
And
from the Mind Stone.
Shuri has a snarky remark like, "Why didn't you do this?" And Mark Ruffalo's, "Oh, we didn't think of it. That's why." And I know you tried your best. I know you tried your best because Shuri is the smartest person in the MCU, as what they say.
Yep.
Well, we haven't met Reed Richards yet, so it's hard for them to say that. But so they're trying to figure out how to get that out of there. Shuri said it takes a long time for them to do it. Yeah. But Thanos don't give a fuck because he's throwing it. He ready to fight right now. I swear. Yeah. Like within that second, we was chilling. Here comes some action already. I swear. And they're shooting like their little pods. Where obviously they're the army that Thanos has to fight against the Avengers. And I love the one where it shifts straight down and it blows up. And Winter Soldier's like, "Oh my god, I love this place." They're like, "Yeah, hell yeah!" He been there forever. Hell yeah. You know exactly how this place runs. And how confident Black Panther is crazy. He's like, man, evacuate the city. Make sure everyone get this man a shield. Make sure everything is ready. And like even when he confronts approximately Midnight and the other guy, and they're like, "Oh, where's your friend?" And they're like, "Oh, you know, Thanos will get the stone. Here comes Black Panther. You're in Wakanda now.
Right.
Thanos will get dust and blood. I don't care. You're gonna get dust and blood." And just the delivery of everything, man. But the CGI for approximately Midnight in that scene was not that good. Even some scenes. But her close-up was good, but when she was far, wasn't that good.
I could tell.
It looked weird because she's so big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's supposed to be bigger.
Yeah, she was twice the size of Black Widow. Yeah.
I think she was supposed to be like, obviously she's an otherworldly being. So
it just looked awkward to see a female character that big because we haven't seen that in the MCU before.
But I liked her design. It's just that some certain CGI parts, like even that scene right there when she was on Wakanda, maybe because it was when she was in the dark was weird. The scenes were better when she was in the dark was better. But like the one scene where like they're releasing the army and they show a close up of her, like that was a good CGI.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
a lot of still shots look weird,
right?
Especially like Rhodey and Bruce when their heads are all you see are their heads.
Yeah, you're talking about inside
noticeably CGI. And it's
especially when you see the Hulk, Bruce Banner inside the suit.
Yeah, it's a bit of an eyesore to look at.
Really bad. Like when Thor comes down and he takes off, it's like, oh, you guys are so screwed now. Like that doesn't look that good at all.
It looks terrible.
But right now we're about to get onto the Battle of Wakanda, and it's freaking awesome. Like we start off and we hear M'Baku with his little chant, and it's
He is wrong. I was like, yes, this guy is wrong. Yes, I was happy as fuck.
Like, you want to put someone on it.
Right.
You want to like, I'm ready to fight too.
Yes.
And then
he was like, go get M'Baku. He loves a good fight.
Yeah, he would be ready to fight. He was the first one there. He was there before they was there.
It's funny. He was the only real tribe. I didn't see that one dude for like the tribe with the rhinos.
He did. But I think we seen the other tribe that
he was the tribe with the shield.
That's
his tribe. But we didn't see him. I was kind of mad. Like
I think they didn't explain it, but something happened to him. Obviously, him being with Killmonger. He might have lost his ranking where he was at. So he might be either locked up or something because he fought against Black Panther. So you can have some recognition. You fight against the king.
Right.
So going into that, we finally get into the battle, and
the battle is amazing. You see Cap and Black Panther
just
run. They are
straight
sprinting, and they are moving so fast.
Yeah, but why didn't we see Winter Soldier? Oh, he had a gun. Never mind. I'm about to say he had a gun, so like he wouldn't be running that fast. But I would love to see him as well because they all have the same strength.
Yeah,
they all can run fast.
Were out.
Yo.
And like
they hopped
that river so fast. It was like a collision of
I love Cap's gauntlets. I want them to make a pop figure with his gauntlets on his wrist. I want that so bad because they look so badass. They were just straight nailing, but then it gets too much. We didn't talk about the scene where Thor makes Stormbreaker.
Yeah. Okay.
And Peter Dinklage shows up, and it's so random.
It's so random.
I was like, Peter Dinklage. I said, Peter Dinklage? And he's a giant, but they call him a dwarf.
He's
a giant.
I told the dude next to you, like, wait a minute. Is that Peter Dinklage? And I think dude was like, yeah. And I was like, we all were just like, what? Like, what?
I was surprised. Like, that's who he's playing.
Yeah, so he's a giant dwarf, basically.
He has some funny lines, though. He said, when Thor's like, I'm going to have to hold it open. That's suicide. And he's like,
I'll probably die. He's like, that's what
he's like,
killing you
he
is.
says, it'll kill you. He's like, that if I die first. He's like, oh, but that's what killing you is.
I like but again, Stormbreaker is a really good weapon for Thor. I think it's a good rekindle from Mjolnir. So
I love that group made the hand. Like when I saw it, I said, group gotta make that hand look bricks. Like you can make it, and like he was able to pick it up and do it. Like I thought I said, Groot is worthy. I said Groot's worthy. He's worthy enough to pick up Stormbreaker.
But it's funny how like that was the last thing we saw of Peter Dinklage. Like when he ran, like where's the handle? And he just disappeared. All I see is he's Groot's like put this down. Man, let's hurry up.
Yeah,
it's taking too long.
But we didn't get to see no more of Peter Dinklage. That was it. But then it was fine. Thor gets Stormbreaker.
Thor shows up in Wakanda.
Bruh. Oh my gosh.
He stole the battle.
Yeah.
He stole the battle.
Bruh. Broken.
Then they do a callback to Thor Ragnarok when he throws Stormbreaker and goes all around. Oh my god.
Yo, it's amazing, man. I think I like Stormbreaker better than Mjolnir. Even though Mjolnir has a special place in our hearts, but Stormbreaker
how do you say it?
Mjolnir.
He calls it that from that's what the
he said
Yeah, I'm being funny. I'm being funny. But Stormbreaker is wrong. But
he's not gonna stand. I don't think so. It's in the front, bro.
That's why I had him standing against that thing because he won't stand. He gonna fall over. Baby Groot, well, teenage Groot.
Yeah.
It's funny because we try to figure out the time zone between Guardians 2 and Infinity War. I'm like, but it's hard to judge off Groot because Groot can grow as fast as he wants to. Groot can turn to a grown up anytime he wants to.
I think that's a minor plot hole.
Right.
Because
Groot can stay as a teenager if he wants to.
That'd be cool.
Wait a minute. It might not be.
No, because remember.
Not saying it's a plot hole, but I'm just saying like
at the end of
it's hard to judge it.
If you watch Guardians of the Galaxy, there's so many.
Because why doesn't everyone in the Guardians look older than they do in the last?
Because remember like how like in the last movie there was like 5 end credit scenes.
Right.
And then there was one when he grew when he was already like that. So he probably again it's like how you're saying. He probably grows at his own rate, and he probably didn't want to stay a baby the whole time.
Right.
So he's like, let me go ahead and okay, I'm at a good rate. Let me stay like this, and
Or Thor Ragnarok takes place during that end credit scene, and not the rest of the movie.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because that end credit scene is obviously a time jump.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So Thor Ragnarok takes place during that time jump.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 takes place at the same time.
No,
I would say like because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 takes place probably right after Volume 1.
Yeah,
it's like
6 months.
6 months after.
Like because I would say like because they go off do some shit and finally Ego finds them and that movie just really is irrelevant. It's a part of their story, but it's irrelevant to like the actual.
You don't have to watch.
You don't have to watch it.
You don't have to.
So yeah.
But going up to that, we had the battle with Wakanda, but then we jumped over to Titan. And we didn't talk about the Guardians meeting. Well, some of the Guardians meeting Iron Man and Spider-Man.
They land on Titan.
They land on Titan.
They come in. And all you see is
Dragon.
And then they're like, wait, what? It's a fight between Star-Lord and Iron Man. This is all flying between each other. It was pretty cool. I'm like, that was really cool.
I love the where Star-Lord has Spider-Man with the gun to his head. He's like, you shoot my guy, I shoot. Iron Man's like, you shoot my guy, I shoot your guy.
He's like,
I
can take it.
Crazy ass gun. And then Dragon's like, I can take it. And then Man's like, no, you can't. And Stephen Strange,
like, where is Gamora?
She's right, you can't.
I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Oh my God. Why is
jump over to Doctor Strange? Like, hold on. What master do you serve? And he's like, what do you want me to say? Jesus? And then no, from Missouri. He's like, hold on, who are you guys? And he's like, we're the
Avengers, man.
And he's like, wait, so you're the guy Thor told us about. Like, oh, where's Thor? And then that's where they jump on and make Stormbreaker. And then obviously we jump onto the fight. And then let's say we have Thanos. The way he's walking through the force field to walk on the Titan, man, we gotta give it to special effects, man. It look fucking incredible. But you have Stephen Strange just sitting there like, oh yeah, you really look like a Thanos.
He was just chilling.
Just chilling like, oh yeah, you really look like a Thanos. You look like a Thanos. And he's just explaining like, he's like, I guess Maul's dead, huh? He's like, yeah, he's dead. And he's like, but he did what he was supposed to do, so shit. I mean,
like,
you ain't give a fuck.
You have the stone. You're here.
Right, he did his job. But then I love that how cocky Doctor Strange is. Like, oh, he don't matter. You in face to face the the
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, the master of mystic arts. And I love that like just the whole escalated of the fight. You know, you had Tony Stark coming down with the thing,
and then what? Tony, yeah, he said that's how you do it. He's like, yeah, if you want to piss him off, and then he puts on the helmet and it explodes, and it's nonstop action from that point on. It's just amazing. Like even with the team ups, the whole Doctor Strange using all the portals to put everybody. He's a great actor.
He made me like him more in this movie than he did in this movie because this is what he was able to do. He was able to make so many different portals for everybody. Like the way they had to tie him down. First, Spider-Man had to web him up. Doctor Strange had something on him, and then he had to go on the other side to use something for him. Star-Lord had to play him down. Drax got him by the foot, and then he opens up a portal for Mantis to come down and stop him on his head. Yeah. And you got to give credit to CGI again. It looks so real.
Like, when he screams,
it looks so real.
Dude, I swear, the CGI to this is on par with Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar. This is like up at that level. Like I'm like, they say back like Avatar's come out, they're gonna compare it to it. I'm sorry, these Marvel movies are comparing to that. They're gonna compare it to it.
Infinity War by far is the best looking.
Yes, it was all filmed on IMAX cameras. All filmed on IMAX cameras, and they also used like. They didn't use the same. I would say they didn't use the same cameras they used in Civil War or Winter Soldier. Because this movie got like a gray tone to it. Yeah. This one had obviously bring out the colors more. Because you have the Guardians, you have to bring out the colors. You know, those movies focus on those type of things. And also Thanos. Thanos is a big purple villain. You know, you have to have that certain camera to make the villains look like that. I do agree with you. It's definitely the best looking MCU movie. I can't wait to buy this on Blu-ray. Yeah. I can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray. I might have to buy it on 4K. So
I was about to say Blu-ray.
My bad. Well,
we got 4K players, bro.
My bad. I'm gonna get the 4K still, but I'm sorry. I might have to buy 2 versions of this. Like I'm doing Black Panther. I'm buying 2 versions of that movie as well. But going back to the fight on Titan, here's we have Peter Quill fucks up everything because he finds out that Gamora, he sacrificed Gamora to get the Soul Stone, and Peter literally flips out and fucks up everything because they literally have the gauntlet off his hands. And he wakes up and stops everything. And it's crazy when I went back and watched, I said, Peter Quill, why aren't you helping them take that gauntlet off?
Right.
Like, why are you just standing there talking about, oh yeah, this is my plan. If it's your plan, help them with your plan and get the fucking gauntlet off. Don't worry about asking about where Gamora at. Ask that when someone has the gauntlet on their fucking hands, bruh. Because you can use the gauntlet against that motherfucker now. And it just pisses me off knowing, like, damn, he just literally he fucked up the whole universe. And he wanted the one obviously going to get to that later. Yeah, he the one messed up the whole plan. And it's like, it's crazy like when you look back in the way everything was going and that fucked up everything. And then it gets back to another epic battle. We go back to Wakanda and we get another epic scene from Scarlet Witch where she literally just comes on and just freaking just takes out all the things with the
and Okoye was like, why was she up there all this time?
She was up there to guard the Soul Stone. Now Corvus Glaive's able to go up there and take out everyone up there. And I love that Vision was able to. And Vision was able to obviously fight him.
He's just, he's still weak. He's still nerfed. He's not as powerful as he usually is, so he's able to, at least he's able to take him out, because once Vision goes out, everybody go to Vision, and then
someone get the Vision, someone get the Vision,
someone get the Vision.
We got a vision problem.
Yeah, we got a vision problem, right? And then we get
Hulkbuster goes over there first, and then he meets up with. As I said, I'm calling this big dude Brutus Maximus because he's a big Brutus guy. So I'm like. Big Brutus thing, and we're like, okay, this is basically a team up. Hulkbuster versus this thing. It's like a rematch between Age of Ultron. Yeah. He's a Hulk.
I love when he came down and said, "Oh, this is not like New York, man. This suit already done beat the crap out of the Hulk." Like I gotta give.
You know that thing where you like to come out at the last second? Well, this is it. This is the last second.
Yeah. And then he says,
"You lose the arm," and he's like, "No, oh, screw you,
big green asshole! I do it myself."
And then he just goes,
He was knocking him.
And then he kills him. Like when he kills him, like I said, there you go, bro.
That was a callback to Age of Ultron.
Yes, exactly. He puts the thing on. He's like, bye. You're good, because I'm like, because he did that to Hulk. The Hulkbuster did that to Hulk when he was fighting him. And obviously,
I was really hoping that he did the go to sleep thing. I wanted
that.
I wanted that. Go to sleep.
He didn't know how to use the suit. Even when he was running, he fell.
He's like, this is awesome. It's like being a Hulk without actually being a Hulk.
He doesn't know how to use the suit. Because obviously it felt like it was just breaking apart. Because even like before Thor came, he didn't know how to fight.
No.
He didn't know how to fight. It's like, bro, you can fly, bro. Like, just fly and start taking the niggas out.
Yeah,
He
he
felt
didn't
like
know
he-
that. Yeah.
Right. Even though he flew to get to Vision, but I feel like he didn't know how to do it in battle.
He know how to go.
Right.
He know how to,
Right.
he had no unibeams or whatever.
Right. But like I said, I said, and I love Vinny. Like, man, Hulk, we got a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things. Like, it felt like he had control. Like, it felt like he was talking to the Hulk. The Hulk was telling him, no, you're like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, you know.
Yeah.
I would say like the next scene when we see Corvus Glaive and Vision. I always see is Captain America.
Just start.
I'm like, bro, this is always running with that shit. He's always running like he's
Tom Cruise run.
He got that Tom Cruise run. I'm like, bruh, straight face, slams into him, and he's like, come on, you know, I'm always ready for a
And I
fight.
ain't gonna lie, at this point in time, I thought Captain America was about to get it a little bit. I'm like, hold on, man. He Corvus laid dog in his ass. He hit the Vision with the spear, like, boom, just start taking him out. Then we jump to Titan again, and it's just an epic fucking battle.
Bro.
This is probably my favorite action sequence out of the whole.
Yeah.
We have Thanos coming out, then you have Doctor Strange just start nailing him with everything, and then
He throws a moon
oh my god, man.
at Tony.
Oh my lord, man!
Yeah,
That's what I say. I think that's my favorite action sequence, bro.
Yeah.
He throws down the moon.
Like, go ahead, keep going.
He throws down the moon. Then you have him throw. Oh, I think that's before though. Like everything that Doctor Strange does, even with everything that Tony does, but what Doctor Strange does, like he's opening up the portals for everyone. He multiplies himself, and like. It's
He just warps. He wraps them all up in the chain, like the light chains or whatever.
It felt like it was a Dragon Ball Z fight. They were literally throwing stuff at each other.
Yeah.
Like he,
I definitely felt the Dragon Ball Z vibe. Yeah.
Thanos threw something at him. Then he threw the mirror
world,
thing
and
on him,
he,
and then he
this
broke
dude-
it and he shattered.
Do a black hole at you do a black hole at who does that?
Wait, he abstracted it and made it to like flowers of birds and like oh my god, it was so awesome, bro.
It was basically like I think if it was like Doctor Strange, I know Doctor Strange wouldn't win against Thanos, but it felt like Doctor Strange didn't even need it, and Infinity Gauntlet do what he could do.
Right.
He didn't need all that.
I love when Thanos came out and said like, hold on, you gonna do all that and not use the time stone? Like he could have used the time stone.
He could have, yeah.
But he didn't have it on him. And I love
Yeah.
that he did it and he like, oh, it's a fake and just threw him away.
Yep.
And then
Tony Stark comes down.
Tony like, man, oh no, Nebula comes. Nebula
Oh yeah,
came.
she crashed
She
into
came,
him.
crashed to him.
And she's like, "Where's Gamora?"
Right.
And then he said, "You should have killed me
But
first."
this,
That was a
this
waste
is
of parts.
before. This is when they find out that she killed Thanos. This
That's before that.
That's before.
Before.
We find out that he killed Gamora.
Yeah.
But she came out of nowhere though. And where's she been all this time? That's what's so crazy. Like they doing all this. Where's she at?
And then
She was on the way to Titan.
But I'm saying when they're fighting, when they're fighting.
Because I think what happened. I think she does like a couple shots.
Yeah,
and
she-
then
no.
Thanos throws her away and she's just down.
I
the whole
remember
time.
she hit Thanos hit him with the Power Stone. Hit Drax,
Nebula,
and either Mantis or one of them with the stone.
Yeah.
And they get knocked out. And it's just it felt like when you watched it, it's so much stuff going on.
And then
It's like it jumped to a shot where you see Star-Lord like fly against the screen when he's like knocked out.
Yeah.
And then they jump to Wakanda, and it's like so much stuff going on. It's like, man, it's so much shit going on in this movie, bro. That's the one I've seen people criticize the movie that it's like that. There's so much stuff going on. Like they jump from this to this to this to this to this to this.
Balance though.
It's easy to
That's
follow.
what
It's easy to follow.
That's the one
It's
thing I
easy to
can
follow.
say that's a nitpick because you have to do that. There's so many characters, so many things going on that they have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and
Like
but
you have every main character from all, most of
19
the
of
movies.
these
Yeah.
movies, right? So that's just nitpick.
Yeah.
That's what I looked at and said. What did you expect?
The only people not in this movie is Ant-Man and Hawkeye.
Right,
Everybody
that's
else is in the movie.
right.
And they explain why they're not there. They on house
that's not
arrest.
really a
That's
spoiler because they
basically-
weren't shown in none of the marketing, so
Trailers,
that's
yeah.
not a spoiler. If they weren't shown, that means they're not in the movie.
Not there.
I mean, they explain that they're on house arrest because after the Accord situation. So like I said, we jump back on the Titan and we find out. Well, we ain't find anything, but Iron Man started trying to beat Thanos, and obviously has no match for him because he just started knocking the armor off of him.
Yep.
And he stabs him. And I was in the theater and I said, damn, they got the balls. Because I really thought they killed him. I really thought they killed him.
Because I
I
once I saw the blood come out, once I saw like the blood come out of his mouth,
I thought
I
so
said,
too, right.
Yeah.
oh,
I was like,
no,
no.
no,
I thought
not
that-
Tony. But then he's like, Doctor's like, no, sacrifice. Just let him go, and I'll give you time stone.
In the second showing, I was sitting next to these kids, but when we stabbed Iron Man, like it was 4 of them. It was a collective gasp. They was all like, no.
Like that's one thing I want. That's the one thing I want. I want to know the kids' reaction when they see this movie, because this movie, like, I want to know how they're feeling, because they might, especially if they're young. Imagine them watching this movie.
A couple of kids cried at the end of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I will believe it. I believe it.
I mean, dude, we even, like, again, we all choked up. I wouldn't be surprised if someone, like, I wouldn't be surprised if our friend Darius cried at the end of Spider-Man. Because he loves Spider-Man. He loves Spider-Man to like, probably to death. That's one of his favorite Spider-Man. He saw him
That's
pass
what's funny
away.
when we was talking about it, when we were seeing how excited he was. He's like, he didn't care about nothing but Spider-Man parts. He's like, he don't care, he just want to see Spider-Man and all of this. And he really do have his dude. Like, even some of his scenes, like when the moon is falling, he's catching everyone, right? He's like, oh, I got you. I'm sorry, I don't remember anyone's names. I'm sorry. And it's like, yeah, that's a Spider-Man
He's
thing.
flipping all over the place with his new, that Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, I love his suit. I love it.
Bruh, this suit right here.
Even when he catches the mantis and he's like spinning, he's hurdling.
Melee,
his arms are like catching him.
I always like wonder, like, where do his arms come from? Are they
it's nanotech.
It's nanotech.
It's just
like his helmet comes off.
That's amazing. That's just, it's like, and it's not just 3, because I know, like, the comics like throwing 3 of them. There's 4.
There's 4
so it's like,
comics.
oh well, I don't know, I've seen versions where like they only like have 3 arms and like that.
Yeah, it's got to be 4 because with these 4, each was 8 like Spider-Man.
I know.
Then we go on to Doctor Strange sacrifices the time stone for Tony's life.
Oh,
we gotta go
back to that scene. When they first meet on Titan, Doctor Strange is meditating, and Manji's like, does he always do that?
Right.
And
this is when they're making the plan to get Thanos.
Right. He was like, there are 14 million possible outcomes for this situation. Tony's like, how many do we win? Doctor Strange is like, 1.
And this
has to be the one,
because he wouldn't just give up the stone. Obviously, Tony Stark is there. If I'm not, at least he's there. He has to give up the time stone. Yeah. So he gives up the time stone for Tony's life, and
like, no tricks.
And then he gets it, and here comes Star-Lord trying to shoot at him. He just goes away. And here's Star-Lord like, where is he? And everyone looks like then here's Star-Lord. Did we just lose? He did the first thing that we just lose, and everybody looking like, why did you do that, man? Here comes Doctor Strange said, we're in the end game now. Yeah. We're in the end game now. And then we jump over to Wakanda, and we have everyone just like, what's going on?
Because they feel the wind, like the wind's changing. It's like a change of the scene. Like you can feel a dark, like a huge badass is what led to the scene.
Yeah.
Even
Thanos,
Vision.
So they all,
Thanos shows up after,
and he just dogging everybody, just smacking us left
everything. That he transports a Hulk Buster into a rock. Yeah, he just literally shooting everyone with the Power Stone. You know, he's stopping things with the Space Stone, and like the scene where Cap grabs the thing. I really thought like, that's it, he's done. And he's about to use the Power Stone to dog him. I really thought so. I thought he was about to use the gauntlet just to dog him.
All he did was knock him out.
Right. He just punches him. And we have Scarlet Witch has the ability to destroy the stone, and they should have did that. Like that should have been, even though Scarlet Witch really didn't want to do it. They talked about doing it, but she really didn't want to do it. And I really think they should have, because if they would have did it before he got the time stone, everything wouldn't have happened. But
they was trying to save Vision.
They were trying to save Vision, right? So. They finally figured out, we gotta destroy the Mind Stone, so Scarlet Witch is just trying to destroy it and stopping Thanos at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I thought, like,
she's so powerful. She's so powerful.
She's stopping Thanos with the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Right. And breaks the Time Stone at the same time, like, and does it. And I love this scene. So I'm sitting there like, I'm not thinking they did it, but I'm like, okay, so maybe they're waiting to the next movie to do what they do.
Right.
Nope. This dude, Thanos said,
he was
there's
like,
there's no time. Then he says, choop, choop, and just, oh my God, just unwinds everything back, and it's crazy.
Like,
I said, oh fuck, he has the time. I said that. I said,
no, we were both like, oh shit.
He has the time stone. That's why he's so confident. He went over and said, I've lost so much more than you know, but there's no more time. And he just does it, and I said, oh shit. So he gets the stone from Vision. Vision literally turns black and white, right? So he's through.
He's done.
The way he takes it out of his head, you see the thing come out like
it's like all the wires in his head.
So he's done. He gets the stone.
I'm not gonna lie.
And then here comes Thor with freaking Stormbreaker and just freaking dogs him. First, Thanos is trying to stop it. So obviously we know this weapon is really powerful. So that's gonna play a big part in Avengers 4 because if they can stop the gauntlet from, if they can get to him even with the gauntlet, so it must be something strong. So the only thing that pissed me off is why would you stab him in the heart? Why not cut his head off?
Yeah.
No, he was saying you should have went for the hand.
No, he said you should have went for the head.
I thought he said hand.
He said head.
That too, but why would he think to cut his hand off?
With the gauntlet.
Thor wasn't thinking about it. He wanted to kill him. So that's what I'm saying. You want to really kill him. He can survive from that. He's he's the mad titan.
And then again, it's like I think
at the times though, he can turn that shit around. He can reverse everything you just did.
But then I think Thor didn't know that he had all the stuff.
Right, exactly.
He didn't know. He probably thought like, now is my time to stop him because he's right there. Get it? But then when he said, he didn't look at the
should have went for the head and then snap. Now, did you think they were gonna do the snap?
No, I didn't think.
I didn't think they had the balls to do it, but they did it.
They did it. I thought it was gonna be like, I finally have the power. I finally can do it, and then someone's gonna come over. And again, I thought Thor was really gonna be like, "No, you're not doing this. Right. We're not having this." But Thor didn't do it because I think Thor didn't do what he should have been smarter. But then again, I was built up rage, and he just went for the wrong part to kill. Because if it would have been like a whole straight to the head, or axe to the head, it would have been like, "Oh, gloves done, everything's good." But I'm glad they didn't edit that because it would have been like, oh, now who's the villain for Avengers 4?
Right. So basically, we know Thanos will be the villain for the next movie.
It's
people will speculate that he might die in this movie, that he's not going to be the villain for the next movie. He's going to be the villain for the next movie. They have to stop him to get the time stone, change everything back. But
let's get back to the snap.
Let's get back to the snap. I did not think they were going to do it, but when he does do it, he goes into the soul realm. Am I guessing?
Yes,
that's the soul realm. And he sees Gamora. Now, my theory is that she's trapped in the soul gem. She's not dead, but she's trapped in there. Because that's what the soul stuff does. It takes the souls.
I think when I think about this, right, and she fell off when you saw her body, it didn't even look like she was dead.
Oh, she was dead.
I know. I mean, like,
you saw blood.
Again, where we were sitting, again, the screen wasn't. It was huge. I could. Where I was sitting, I could see everything. But
I was had to watch the movie like this.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like thinking like maybe there's a way to bring her body back. Maybe if you saw blood, her body's not there. It'd probably be decayed and gone and everything. And
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm guessing they wouldn't bring her back. That they gonna keep that thing with her. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think Guardians 3 really gonna type into that because Adam Warlock has a big thing too. The song.
Yep.
That's what they changed.
Wait. Does Guardians 3 come out before Infinity War?
No.
Okay. No, Guardians 3 is part of Phase 4. That's what I'm saying. They might tie into that with Phase 4 with that.
They might try
bringing her back then. But I think another reason why is because she might be filming the Avatar sequels. So they might try to kill her off now. They're like, okay, you go film those movies. When you're done, we'll bring you back. Right. So we'll see how that goes with that. But like I said, I did not expect it, but I love Thanos is the way he looks when he's in the soul realm. He looks so depressed. Like,
cause she asked him, "Did you do it?" He's like, "Yeah." What did it cost? He said, "Everything."
And his reaction, he would look down like he felt so
Everybody
upset.
in the Black Order is dead.
Yep.
Gamora, dead.
Yep.
He's all alone.
Your daughter hate your other daughter.
His whole planet gone.
Yep.
And then it's funny how like after like what he said to what did he say? I think he said it to Gamora. He said, "I'd rather have the world be back in balance and sit and watch the sunset on the new universe or something." He basically did that.
He did exactly what he said.
He said that to Dr. Strange.
Okay.
Dr. Strange said, "What do you want to do then?" He said, "Then I rest. Then I wake up to a sunset, to a balanced universe."
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he does. But go to that. When we come back to it, Thor asks Thanos, like, "What did you do? What did you do?"
Gauntlet's all destroyed.
The gauntlet's destroyed. But I think we're gonna figure that out in the next movie. But he transferred himself, and we get a pause. Then Captain America comes in. What happened? Where'd he go?
And then
we
see
tan over to Bucky,
Winter Soldier,
and he just turns to dust.
Everyone's fading away.
And when that happened, I looked at Josh and said, "What the fuck?"
right. We was both like, "What's
happening?" And then I thought about said, they did it. I thought about said, they did it. Because when you notice everyone started disappearing, because they showed him disappear first. Then they showed the Wakandas disappear next. Then you pan over to Black Panther. Now when he went,
okay,
how did your theater react? Because once you said Wakanda went crazy with Wakanda, I want to know how they reacted to him disappearing.
All right.
Was it about
because the way they set up the scene,
Okoye
was laying down, and the camera was focused on Black Panther first, and it panned to Okoye. And they made you think that she was about to start disappearing.
Right.
As soon as he reached out,
his hand started disappearing.
The whole theater was like, ah! I was like, no.
Come on, in
the second one.
Yeah.
I think again, the first show, that Thursday night show, no one was like, it felt like that theater was so dead. Yeah. It's just Aro who was like, whoa, wait, really the Black Panther, the T'Challa?
I think when we went to go see it, I think I was the first one to say something because I was like, no. And then
the first thing I thought about,
my jaw dropped.
And then the first thing I thought about was that they didn't know. Obviously, there's some playing going on, but I guess they didn't know that Black Panther was going to be their biggest. It was going to be as big as it was, because I'm sure they probably would have kept him alive.
You thought that was a reshoot?
No, I think they meant to do that, but I didn't think they knew that Black Panther was going to be as big as it was.
I see what you're saying.
Like now, like
do you think if they had known that going on, would they have still?
Yeah, they might have kept Black Panther in there.
Yeah,
they could have sold him for the next movie.
Yeah,
but. As me as a fan, is that I wanted them to save him. So now I really want to go into this knowing like, how the fuck y'all gonna save him.
Yeah.
So we get Black Panther going away. We get Sam goes away. We get Falcon.
Because
Sam and Falcon are the same person.
That's what I mean. I meant to say that, but people didn't know who I was talking about.
Falcon was laying on. He was wounded. He was laying on the ground. Wounded, and you hear Rhodey's like, Sam, where you at?
Right.
And he just. He
was literally 10 feet in front of bro. I said
10 feet in front of him.
I said, Rhodey, you just
look down.
You just missed him, bro. You just missed him.
I don't think he wanted to see that.
He didn't. That would have traumatized him.
He's
too old for that.
And then
we
have who's next after that? We have Brody, Scarlet Witch.
She speeded away right in front of her.
Scarlet Witch didn't even care because Vision was dead. She was just like, it is what it
is. So she fades away. And we have everyone Groot fades away. Yeah. Everyone's just so distraught.
And then they go to Titan, and then we see
Mantis something's happening. And
all of the Guardians are gone.
The only Guardian that didn't die is
Rocket.
He's the only one to survive, even if you want to count Gamora and Nebula. You can count her as the Guardian.
Oh, yeah,
she calls Mantis to be her on Titan.
Yep.
So she's part of the Guardians in my opinion.
Yeah, she is.
And then I think after that, it's like everyone's just like left, just like wait. And then I think to Steve and the other person, like, oh my God, he's the only one who realizes like what's really happening.
He realized
talk about Spider-Man, Don.
They act.
Oh, dude.
Now, when it panned over to him and he said, "I'm not feeling too good," I said, "Well, they doing it. They killing him." And when he went,
of course, they had to make his disappearance the longest.
And when I think it was his suit though. His suit was stopping him from doing it because his suit was taking so long to go away. So when he was doing it, and he went to Tony
because his suit was intuitive,
right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "I don't want to go." I got goosebumps and I got sad at the same time, like so quick. I'm like, cause I thought about
it. I don't want to go.
I thought about it. Like he's a kid.
Yeah.
Like he's only a kid dealing with this stuff. Like Tony was thinking at that whole time, "You're a kid. You're not supposed to be here."
Yeah.
You know. I sent you home.
Like you a stowaway.
Right.
Like you're not supposed to be here. He's like, Stark, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
And when I heard that, and he just says, "I'm sorry." He just withers away, bro. I was like, damn. Wow.
The theater just sat there in silence.
And then we ended with Thanos walking out of his little cabin.
Where do you think he is?
I think he's on Gamora's planet.
On Gamora's planet?
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of because he loved Gamora, so that's probably the next place he'll be.
And then he just looking at the sunset, right? And it ends. And the end credits.
He had a smirk on his face.
He had a smirk on his face.
Because you knew what he did.
Yeah.
And that's the end credits. And we don't get there's no mid-credit scene, but there's an end credit scene. Might as well talk about that as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Nick Fury is in this movie. He's not just the voiceover in the trailer. He is in the movie. He has probably some of the best. He has one of the best lines in the movie too. Before he says "motherfucker," he fades away.
He's like
mother, and he fades away. Maria Hill fades away as well.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, when in the second show when I went, when Maria Hill started disappearing, they was like, her too.
Yeah.
I said that when I said, why Maria? Why? What the fuck? Everybody.
I didn't really. And at first I thought, oh, Nick Fury's the one that's gonna be able to call somebody, but then he hit the button though.
Yeah, and I thought he was gonna call Hawkeye. I thought he was calling Clint at first.
I guess I think it was because people said it was Captain Marvel in here, so I'm like, where was it at? It was nowhere to be found. Then it was there. I said, okay, there it is.
Yep.
So,
I remember back in our show, the show I went with y'all. I heard all I hear is one dude back there really knowing the hint. He said, "Yes, yes, Captain Marvel. Let's get like." You heard him echo. I said, "Okay, I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready for the Captain Marvel. I want to see what basically what that movie ties in with the next Avengers. I'm ready to see that because I want to see our heroes come back. That's why I feel like it's probably gonna be like Avengers Resurrection or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm ready for to see what the title. We probably won't get the title probably until after Ant-Man and Wasp. I'm sure they probably want us to endure.
I'm thinking New York Comic Con.
Yeah, they probably want us to endure in
What
this.
is New York Comic Con?
Or even D23. D23 might be the they have a special Disney thing where they might do it then.
New York Comic Con is in September,
yeah.
and D23 might be, if they have one here, it'll probably be in November.
Right. So I'm figuring we want, like I said, they probably want us to ride the wave of this and not have to worry about nothing else. They want us to really indulge in this. They're not doing the Comic Con Hall H either that shows like footage from other things or anything like that. Because they want us to indulge in this because this to me this is heavy, man. This is a lot to take in. I mean, we've lost basically half of these characters. Half of these characters are gone.
It's funny. When you said,
we only left with the core Avengers we got from the first movie. Besides Okoye, Ubaku,
and
Rhodey. You could kind of for the first phase, but he's not the Avenger.
Yeah. It's not when you say it's not one of the darkest Avengers movie. I mean, I know Civil War started that dark theme with the Russo brothers, but I mean like this is like the darkest thing ever went.
That particular scene.
Like that particular scene was the darkest.
To my opinion, I do agree that Civil War is probably the darkest. To me, this is probably the darkest. Yeah. Just because of the where they went and like just the Thanos character himself, like the way we start, the way he finished, everything about it. When I watched, I felt like the Avengers weren't safe. And they weren't safe at all.
That whole scene was no music, which also
I noticed that. There was no. It was just silence.
No music. It was
silence the whole time. It was not no dun, dun, no nothing. It was just silence, and I'm like, it's just it like breaks my heart to see the character I grew attached to just fade away like that.
And it's just. And now we have to worry about what happens next.
Theories for the next movie.
Okay. I think that Thor is going to be able to get Iron Man from Titan, unless Nebula ship didn't get destroyed. Obviously, going to be able to fly away. But I think Stormbreaker is able just to call the Bifrost, so they can easily just go to Titan to get Iron Man. Because at first I thought, like, damn, Iron Man's stuck on there with Nebula. How the fuck can we get back to Earth? Like, oh, Thor has the ability to call the Bifrost anytime he wants to be able to get to Earth when he got the Stormbreaker. So, okay, that's cool. Like I said, I think Marquise think Captain Marvel not gonna come to the end. I really hope not.
I see this. I see this. Like the whole first half of the movie is going to be basically, everyone recovering from the last movie. They're like basically like, dude, we lost all those people. Everybody's trying to come together. Everybody's like, what do we really do? Now Tony and Captain America finally be like, yo, we gotta settle our differences. I know the last time we met.
I think in this movie where he's gonna be called Captain America. Even though they call him Captain in this movie, he's not Captain America. Yeah. But I think he's gonna officially have a Captain America outfit in this movie.
And then it's already gonna be like into the second half where they're like, we need a new colleague, and then finally, I think this is when she'll show up. She'll probably crash and land, and it'll be like a meteor, like basically like how like Clark Kent. First time she'll probably destroy like a building or something. And be like, what was that? Oh, Thanos is back. Let's go. And it's not Thanos. It's her. And she's like, I got a signal. And
what's going on?
What's going on? He's like, who are you? And then that's when it gets funny. It's gonna get to some funny banter basically. How long have we been live? I know it was like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Like 2 hours. I know, man. That's why I don't care.
I don't care.
I want to talk about this movie deep and deep and deep. But
what do you guys think?
I think that they're in a time loop.
Kind of like how Doctor Strange did with their mama. Well, think about your theory. What you told me when we was on the phone. You said that you think Doctor Strange did something to the Time Stone.
You think he did something to that?
You think he hexed the time stone? That's the reason why.
I think he cast a spell before he gave him the time stone.
Okay.
That way they can bring everybody back and redo what they did before, so without making any mistakes. However, I think at the same time they'll make new mistakes.
Right. It obviously has to be some price to pay in this next movie. Obviously, we're gonna find out.
There will definitely. I don't think everybody's coming back.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think, but obviously, I think the people that didn't fade away is coming back.
Yeah.
Like obviously, we know Spider-Man's coming back. He got a new movie. Doctor Strange coming back. He has to. I think the characters we know are going to be the new Avengers. They're coming back.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to lose some old Avengers. So I mean, we got all year to speculate. I probably won't do no speculation. I want to go in not knowing shit.
Yeah,
because I love that when I left the movie, I said I don't know where they're going to go next.
Yeah.
And that's very rare to know. Like I said, I felt like when I watched Empire Strikes Back, I didn't know what was going to happen next.
Do you think
you don't know what's going to happen next?
Do you think that Cap will pass the mantle?
To
or will there just not be a Captain America?
It's hard to say because it won't be Captain America without Steve Rogers. I think he won't pass the mantle, but I think, like, say someone like Winter Soldier will wield the shield. But he won't be called Captain America, though.
I think he'll get the shield back.
I think. Now, I'm saying I want to throw this out there, but I think what I was about to say. I think Tony will sacrifice Cap to get the Soul Stone and fix everything. It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean,
man, don't tell me that.
But before we get to that, I want to go ahead and I want to give my rankings for all the MCU movies before my computer dies.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go from 19 up.
All right.
19, Thor: The Dark World.
All right.
18, Thor.
Okay.
17, Incredible Hulk.
All right.
16, Iron Man 3.
All right.
15, Iron Man 2. 14, Doctor Strange.
Okay.
13, Ant-Man. 12, Guardians Volume 2. 11, Captain America First Avenger. 10, Age of Ultron. 9, Thor Ragnarok. 8, Spider-Man Homecoming. 7, Guardians Volume 1. 6, Iron Man. 5, Black Panther. 4, Avengers. 3, Civil War. 2, Infinity War. 1, Winter Soldier.
That's an amazing list, to be honest. I agree with all those, to be honest.
I'm very surprised by your list.
I mean, I'm surprised.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that?
Because, like, are you surprised by his number one? Or are you surprised by his what? By what?
I'm not surprised by the number one.
Number one is so great.
I think you're going to change your mind tomorrow, and then you'll probably change your mind again the next day.
I was about to say that. I said the four, I could say 5.
Yeah.
All those can be switched out. That's what's so crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
I could say Black Panther is an amazing MCU film. It's an amazing Marvel movie. But the Avengers has such that gravitas to when it first came out. It was so incredible.
Go back to your list.
I didn't sign out of my shit and everything.
Oh, shit.
But you good? I'm not
You had some movie that had a Spider-Man Homecoming.
I had Guardians Volume 1.
Was that it?
Yeah, Guardians Volume 1 was ahead of Spider-Man Homecoming. And
Hold on, wait. Go back. I gotta see the list again.
I had Spider-Man number 8. Oh shit, my shit up and down. Iron Man 2. Iron Man.
Okay, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
You thought Guardians was better than Spider-Man Homecoming?
When I watched them again, I had to rewatch it again, and just what Guardians did to introduce us to characters we didn't know about, and for us to care about them. I mean, they gave us a talking raccoon and a tree that said, "I am Groot." You gotta put it above.
And the other one, you had Ant-Man over Doctor Strange?
Yeah. Something about Ant-Man when I first saw it, I didn't expect what it was when I first saw it. I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it later. So when I watched it, I said, huh,
Mm-hmm.
Nice little film. And then I watched it again. I watched it with Steph.
Yeah.
And she was like, huh. She said the same thing. She said, oh, this is not that bad of a movie. I said, yeah, man. That's why he's in Civil War, because of this movie. I said, oh, like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed it. The only reason why I put Doctor Strange so low is because that's probably one of the least ones I couldn't go back and watch.
Yeah.
Because of the build up for them to become Doctor Strange, like it's so like it feels like it takes so long, it's so plotty, so much dialogue, so much things like.
Well, I think that's the context of the movie, because the movie takes place over a few years.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I theorize that the movie takes place over
it takes
2 years.
It takes place before Civil War and after.
Yeah, I think it starts at Age of Ultron,
right,
and ends after Civil War.
Right. But cause you still see Avengers Tower is in that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But how I did my list was if I saw it, can I click on this and watch it? That's why Winter Soldier's at top one, because I could literally just watch that movie anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost wanted to watch it when I saw it. I said I want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch it. And same with Avengers, Infinity War. It changed my whole perception of MCU. That's why I put it at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I take it as better. It's definitely better than the first Avengers.
Sure.
What the Russo brothers have done, and the marketing is right on point. They changed the freaking game for Marvel movies. They did the impossible. They balanced 5 different tones from 80 characters, like from Doctor Strange to Iron Man to Guardians to Spider-Man to Captain America to and Thor. Like they put it all together and it worked so well.
Yeah.
So when I left it, I said, Disney, y'all better keep the Russo brothers on, because they gave me y'all magic.
Yeah.
They gave me y'all magic. They are 3 for 3. I said it in my review. They are 3 for 3 with the MCU.
They're gonna get so many offers after
Oh
this.
my lord!
So
I want them to do a Star Wars movie. I want them to do a Star Wars movie, because they felt like on certain scenes it felt like I was watching Star Wars. Like even with the outer space scene, I felt like I was watching Star Wars.
Thanos is by far Darth Vader of our generation.
Yeah, I said that too. And I put that he's my favorite MCU villain right now. I love Killmonger. I love Falcon. I love Vulture. I love Loki. But Thanos kills Loki.
Yeah.
It's freaking incredible. But yeah, that's my list. It might, like I said, it might change. Let me see your list, bro.
All right. Don't judge. Well, I agree. Your list. I really don't have any nitpicks with it. It's all.
What's going on, twin?
Hey, twin. What's up? Or Myron, bro. Look, nothing wrong with your list. Everything about your list, I understand. But mine is. It's my own pick. I like Marvel movies for various reasons. You know, I love the action. I love the characters. Again, these are characters we grew up with as kids and everything. But let me go ahead and start and stop babbling or whatever. 19, Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
18, Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
17, Iron Man 2. No, you call me right now. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me call you right back.
That's your girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta answer that.
16, Captain America.
Okay.
So which
the first one?
First one.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all know what the difference between is. 15, Guardians 2. 14, Age of Ultron. 13, Iron Man 3. 12, Guardians of the Galaxy. 11, Doctor Strange. 10, Ant-Man. 9, Spider-Man Homecoming. 8, Thor. 7, Iron Man. 6, Civil War. 5, Winter Soldier. 4, Avengers. 3, Black Panther. 2, Infinity War. 1, Thor Ragnarok.
Got Thor Ragnarok as number 1.
Because the last 2 Thor movies did no justice to the character.
Yeah, you're talking about the first Thor.
The first Thor. That's why they're so. That's why I put Thor. I kept Thor in my top 10 because I still love Thor as a character. Even when he first came up, people were like, "Oh, he's not that good. He's just a powerhouse." You know, not really giving all that what he could to the team. And I'm like, don't underestimate him. That's what I was telling you. Oh shit. Okay. Talking nothing. Basically, Thor is a character not to really be underestimated. He can come out on top. He can do his business. We've seen that in the past movies of his own. But Thor: Dark World didn't do it justice. Thor Ragnarok, that made Thor still my favorite Avenger. Next to Spider-Man, next to Captain America, but he's still my top number 1 because I love the power of lightning. Lightning is amazing.
It is.
And seeing a character like him come on the scene, even in Infinity War, with a new weapon, even in Ragnarok when he did out, he just wielded it to wield it because he's a thunder god. It said this is my favorite movie of Thor, and my favorite movies all the time because it had the funny moments, and his style changed everything. And I don't know if you guys have anything to say on the list, any weird quirks or anything. It's just all the movies I named off of. They're all going to order because I watch most of the ones in the top 10 more than the ones in the top 11 through 19.
Where'd you have Winter Soldier in?
Winter Soldier was number 5.
Oh, it's in your top 5. Okay, that's good.
No, because Winter Soldier.
What's your top 5? Thor Ragnarok.
Infinity War, Black Panther, Avengers, and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
I put Civil War on number 6 because again, it's a mini Avengers. It's
Avengers 2.
It's Avengers 2.5, but it's basically the split between everybody. It's that middle ground that we had to look. I thought that was kind of like one of the movies where characters, we all get along, fine, Danny. Then one character I don't like you either. Fine, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, get on my fucking bed, okay. Then others why do you like that guy? I just don't like him either. And okay, I'm gonna join you. Sure, I'm gonna join you. Let's fight. It's like a whole battle. You remember, if it was the actual Marvel comics, there would have been way more characters than anything.
I completely agree.
See, that's why I think Civil War is not better than Winter Soldier.
That's why I just can't put it at number 1.
I can't. That's why I don't put it on 1.
I would never put it.
That's why I put Infinity War over.
But I'm saying, you remember when we did our ratings?
Yeah.
And you was struggling. I can't put that.
I mean, I can agree with you because Winter Soldier is more of a piece of pieces. It's more about Captain America. When it's when you watch Civil War, it's about everyone. It's not just about, even though Captain America is the main struggle, but you also got Iron Man, and you got Black Widow, and you got Black Panther, and you got everyone's going like this. There was this whole board.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
Everyone's there.
A lot of dynamics, a lot going on, but I think that's where Infinity War has the edge on Civil War. It's way more balanced, and the movie's about balance.
Right.
But
I think that was the first time of trying a lot of different characters from different aspects, and it worked. That movie was still great, but again, it's still What's up?
Yes, baby.
Oh, I was just letting you know I'm about to go fill this tea.
Okay, that's cool. I trust you, man.
But that's why I say Civil War it's Russo brothers. The first attempt really great, second attempt really great, third attempt awesome.
Yeah, and that's why, and it's funny. I was thinking it felt like they were just going like this. It was going like this. They were showing Marvel, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can do this.
Marvel's here's the money, here's the money.
You go a $400 million budget. See what you guys can do.
There you go.
You guys can do that.
Shut up and take this budget. Right? I feel like after this movie, Disney's gonna be knocking on the door yo, okay, so we have this and this and this. What do you want to do? They're gonna, and if they have a choice,
gonna be able to pick what they want to do.
I know if they,
at this
if
point,
they have
they're
a
gonna be
choice
able to pick
to
what
do
they
Star
want
Wars,
to
a
do
Disney movie, or another Marvel movie, they're gonna be that's great because Star Wars, a big franchise. Disney got so many properties, even live action and animation. Dude, they're great.
That's why the first thing I thought of was Star Wars because of the scope and aspect of I want them to do a Star Wars movie so
Star Wars
bad.
has so many characters
I want them
to
to
balance
do
too.
That's what I'm saying. They will be able to do it. They will be able to balance as many characters as a Star Wars universe has.
Yeah.
And they obviously can do space. They obviously can do comedy. They obviously can do spy thriller. They can do a freaking everything that's mixed in the tone of this movie. They can do all of it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
oh shoot,
Yeah. Anything
You gotta
else?
get on.
no, I'm behind you.
What you mean?
Do you?
No.
Oh,
What you mean?
well, she got some tea, right?
Oh, you gotta move.
I gotta move my
Yeah,
car.
you gotta move your car.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Yeah, anything else to add on my list? Anything other than that? Cause I think I named on every other movie. Out of my top 10, I had more Captain America than anything.
Yeah,
Captain America,
that's
Civil War,
more. I think
and
I
Winter
can't
Soldier.
eat my list, but that's more respectable because the Captain America trilogy is probably the most safe, the most compact trilogy we have on the TV.
And even with the first
between
Captain
Thor,
America,
even Iron Man.
even with Captain America being in I put Captain America at number 16, I still like that movie. I can still go back and watch it and be like, this is enjoyable.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The way we rank the movies, they're not saying that these are the bad ones, these are the good ones. They're all decent films. You can literally watch them all if you can. I mean, you can watch them in order, you can watch them in chronological order, you can watch them either way. It still works, you know. So
Man, she moved car.
what? She moved which way? She go this way?
She's going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But she must have enough room to get by, go around.
Yeah.
There's no car near the driveway, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're good then. But I was telling them like the reason we're not saying we rank them, like saying they're bad or good.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good films.
Yeah.
You know, just some are obviously weaker than the other ones, but they're all decent
I think
films. You can watch
the only bad one is
Thor.
Thor
The Dark World.
Yeah.
No, and it's funny. It's not
not a bad
movie. It's not a bad film. It's just boring.
It's
boring. Man. It's just boring.
Like I said, I would defend Thor. I would defend Thor, but his movies don't do him justice. Read his comics. Read his actual arcs. His actual goals and his actual accomplishments. You'll respect his character more from what the movies do. And that's why I think Thor Ragnarok did it justice, because he went from a simple, I'm a heir to Asgard, and you know I'm here to stop Loki because he is portraying my dad, but his dad's dead, Asgard's falling, his sister's here. This is Ragnarok, and now he's basically like, I have to lead my people. He becomes a king. He becomes a leader, and I see that as a whole arc through a whole movie. Right. So like that's why I said
the Thor Ragnarok. Right?
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok in general, because
you can literally exclude the first two Thors.
That's why I would say like I would rather them do.
That's what I'm saying. The only reason why you need to watch Thor Dark World is for the ether.
Yeah, that's
so
all.
I mean, anyone can tell you what that stone does, and you can just discard that movie.
Yep.
I mean, you can, you find out about the stone, the reality stone in this movie.
Yeah.
You find out what the reality stone actually does in this movie, so you don't need to see Thor: The Dark World. That's why I made my list for the movie you can watch to lead up to Infinity War. I put Avengers, obviously. I put Captain America: Winter Soldier, Civil War, and I try to change. I kind of put Age of Ultron in there because it was an Avenger film, but because of Vision and the Mind Stone. And then you have to introduce some Scarlet Witch. So I say that's probably you need to watch that movie as well. And I said Civil War, Thor Ragnarok, and Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
I say those are the movies you need to watch to really go into seeing Infinity War. Cause I say watch Doctor Strange, but like I said, you don't need to really see Doctor Strange either, because you just need to know he's the Sorcerer Supreme. He owes the Time Stone.
Yeah.
Cause he pops up in Thor Ragnarok too, so you can get a hint of what he can do in that movie as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a list.
It'll be next time because you need to get time to prepare.
I wanted to do my list a certain way. There's no
what it's like to lose.
I wanted to do my list a certain way. I wanted to rate the movies first, then rank them based on their ratings. That way, it's a little less unbiased. I didn't want to rank them depending on how I feel on this particular day.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. With these rankings, they could change.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like if I watch it.
That's why me personally, I want to have a definitive ranking.
Like you want to have a definitive list, that's
yes.
unchangeable. Basically.
Yes, I want an unchangeable ranking.
That's like, I would say that's kind of like my list, because if I see Avengers to next year and I say, oh my gosh, this is going to my top 10.
Yeah.
It's not taking away Thor Ragnarok.
Because that's the thing. I've seen Avengers, Iron Man 3 a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
The more I watch Avengers, the less I like it.
Ooh,
not because it's bad.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic movie, and there are still scenes that still make
you would say the what's the word for it? Like when the nuance of it is going away from you. You've seen it so many times.
Yes, but the flip side to that is Iron Man 3. The more I see that movie, the more I like it.
Yeah.
I only watched that movie like twice, and again, it's still kind of lackluster to me from what I got from Iron Man.
I had to watch it in context of his trilogy, though.
Yeah.
You're talking about well, even you can put Defenders in there too. I mean, that's a part of his thing too, because the reason why he's going through what he's going through is because of Avengers.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the reason why that's why I love Avengers so much, because it branches off what the other characters have to go through. That's why, like when I watch Winter Soldier, I think about the Avengers that he had to go through that. Like he's a man that woke up in a world that fucking aliens just attacked New York. Like he wasn't worried about it. He was worried about Nazis. You know. So I mean, that's what I say. And it's all subjective. You guys, we guys have our opinions, so it's like I can't tell you what to like, and you can't tell me what to like. So you know what I mean. We'll probably do a whole.
Awesome.
We'll probably have to obviously redo our top 10 superheroes of all time because this movie just came out. So we'll probably do that another nerd talk like we did last time. I think we did that like Black Panther came out something like that. So we did the trailer for Black Panther came out. So we did the top 10.
Hopefully I can make this one. Hopefully I can go to that one.
But then we'll figure out John's ranking for the MCU for him as well around that time. But we obviously gotta indulge in all this goodness that we just got with Infinity War, and I think we're about to end it right here. This is probably a pretty long stream. If you guys held on with us the whole time, thank you, and hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys thought about Infinity War in the comment section below. Let me know what your favorite part is of the movie. Who's your favorite character? Is Thanos the best villain of the MCU?
Yes.
And we are out of this one, you guys. Peace.